Hey, welcome back to another episode of Instant Rom Podcast. I'm your host, Juan. As always, my co-host is here with me.
Hello.
Hey, Trip.
Hey.
How you doing, man?
I'm pretty good. Today's been a heckin' long day, let me tell you. As some of you might know, I work at an apartment complex. And right now, it's the summertime. It's all students. We have year-long leases, so we got a fuckload of kids moving out and a fuckload of kids moving in, and it's chaos right now.
That being said, Trip went to Wendy's, and then he got me some chili. I'm pretty happy right now.
I was like, I know that today's going to be one of those days where I just need to eat right after work. And that's what I fucking did.
That being said, speaking about Wendy's chili, I want to let you guys know, I know how it's made. It's pretty gross. I've had several friends that work there. I don't give a fuck. I fuck hard with Wendy's chili. That's my stuff.
Dude, sometimes you learn how shit's made and you're like, ew, give me some.
Ew, you're just like, ew, nasty. You like spoon some in your mouth. This is disgusting, and you keep eating it.
This is made out of bone meal? Oh. I mean, okay, whatever you say, it's still good.
Sign me up. Hey, this week we're talking about Sword Guy, the animation.
Yeah, Sword Guy, the animation, is a Netflix original, and we figured that we should probably jump on this train because we normally do with Netflix original shows, and also they're making a part 2.
Also, it makes it easy for like a topic.
yeah, pretty much mostly that.
You're like, what do you want to do? I don't know. Did anything drop on Netflix recently? Yeah. Everybody has Netflix. And if you don't have Netflix, you know somebody has Netflix and you get on their Netflix.
Yeah,
you
definitely.
Fucking parasite.
Your parents, your brother, your sister, your parents' brother, cousin, just like that guy that you dated 5 months ago.
Yeah, you still have his password.
You know.
He sees you like walking stuff on your own account. He's just like, it's okay. She'll come back. It's no big deal.
Like me personally, I use my son's Netflix and it works out fine.
Whoa.
Yeah.
My mom uses my Netflix.
See, there we go. Yeah. I'm your mom.
Yeah.
Hello.
Holy shit.
Dude, I didn't know how to tell you this, but I've been putting on a persona for these last 25 years or so.
It would make sense why we're both really handsome.
Exactly.
Handsome mom.
I'm a handsome mother. So how have you been? What's good, man?
Pretty good, man. Let's see. It's the third week of summer. It just started.
Yeah, that sounds right. But that being said, I don't fucking know since
that's not my fault. This is how I track time now. Third week of summer has started.
I'm so ready for like week 11 of summer.
This is week 12 of summer. There's been no food for months. We ate the captain. It's horrible. No, so it's the third week of summer. Man, just been, just doing stuff, running some errands for Pops. The other day, I played basketball with some homies. And I hurt my foot really bad.
Shit.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I got these new shoes, so I have to break them in. No big deal. It happens with any shoes.
That's not a big deal, yeah.
Yeah, but I think I landed really funny. But I didn't like twist my ankle. I landed right on my foot. I feel like I landed really flat on it.
Yeah, and then like the arch was too intense or something.
I don't know what it was,
fucked on your
but it
foot.
felt like a shockwave that went up all my leg. And then...
Totally. I've been there.
I kept playing. It was fine. And then it didn't really start hurting until I stopped playing. And I was like, and then I just like really bad. I started limping. It was no good.
You try walking normally, and then it's just like, nah, man, we run or we done.
Yeah, no, my feet were killing me. My foot was killing me. So then my friends were gracious enough to be like, hey, you just chill at my place. And we watched anime together. We went through the Crunchyroll. Okay, so what we did is we like, hey, let's watch some anime or whatever. And so we went to Crunchyroll, and then we went through the entire like catalog.
Yeah, you watched all of it.
No, from A to Z or whatever, like definitely alphabetical order. We just scrolled through all of them. And we all just talked about what was on. Like, has anybody seen this? No. And people who have chimed in or whatever. Yeah. We found a bunch of cool stuff I didn't know was on Netflix currently. Crunchyroll. Sorry. Was it Planet of the Beast Kings? Guess what?
Whoa.
On Crunchyroll.
We in it.
We in it now, boys.
Man, because I remember back in the heyday when Hulu, the top dog of anime, they were the only ones that had Planet of the Beast Kings.
Yeah, then they cut it because they had the fucking anime apocalypse.
They were just like, nope. Okay, first off, no Planet of the Beast Kings. Second off, no Ichigo 100%. I was like, what the fuck is the name of it?
Oh, I love that show. It's such a good show. That is also not on Crunchyroll though, because I went through all of it. Here's another one.
Hang on. Was the adult filter turned on?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, because it might be on. That being said, I do not know. But
no, you know what? I don't think it was because I went through some stuff that looked pretty suspect.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's some things that show up, and it's surprising that they do, but there are other ones that don't, other ones that don't. And I'm like, what am I fucking talking about right
words
now?
I'm trying to find, yeah.
And like the first couple episodes might not be that bad, but then it gets to episode 4 and you're just like, oh, okay, now I get it. I get why this wasn't listed.
James and the Vampire Bun. Remember I made you watch an episode of that, I think?
We've talked about it. I don't recall if I've watched an episode.
I think it made you watch it.
There's a pretty good chance.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've watched some fucked up vampire shit. Let me just on my own time. I know that I often look up vampire sex rules, and then like I look and I figure out like the actual rules of vampire sex so that I could avoid in any kind of a situation where it comes up. If I'm captured by a gang of vampires, I know all their sex rules, so I won't die or become like a half vampire, half human monster. I know that sometimes that's okay. Like in certain things, like Darren Shin in Cirque du Freak, that was all good. He was like the half-blood vampire king. Long story short, continue.
Oh my fucking god, Trip, you're killing me. Anyways, Dance of the Vampire Bun is also on Crunchyroll.
Hey,
one thing I did was I scrolled. We added things to the queue that they wanted to watch. And I convinced them to watch a few things that I thought they might enjoy.
Like Monster Hunter Stories Right On?
No. For a second, when you went Right On, I was like, yeah, Right On. But like, that's actually the name, right? Isn't it Right On?
Ride On.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we were scrolling through stuff. We actually ended up watching some animes. We watched a whole episode of Aho Girl.
Oh, yeah. How did everyone do together?
Everybody collectively disliked it, but we all had a great time when that bitch got just hit. Because I forgot how violent that show was.
Yeah, dude. That chick, like, it's just nonstop. She's just the worst person ever. Just like super annoying in your face.
And just gets punched.
Yeah. And they don't give a fuck. They're like, yeah, fuck this girl.
I love how like other classmates are seeing this guy punch this chick and they're like, it's fine. It's just the banana bitch.
We all know her. She sucks.
The best part was I forgot that she got fucking suplexed. Oh my god, she got fucking rocked. So yeah, so from what I gathered was, even though Aho Girl is not a good show, I think watching it as a group is kind of fun because you're like, God, you fucking hate this bitch.
Yeah, I mean, certain experiences are different with different people. Like I've tried watching Umaru again, not into it. But when I first watched through it, whatever it was, whether it was the place that I was in my life or I watched it with my roommate Kate a lot and we had a fun time together and it was just a fun bonding experience. I don't know, but now I don't like Umaru. I still fucking love the little chibi
season?
art.
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying.
The first season?
No, it's pretty obnoxious to me now.
My God,
yeah,
I was telling you the whole time that bitch sucks.
I don't know what it was. I don't know what's going on with it, but like there were certain parts that I really enjoyed about it. But she's fucking obnoxious, and like whatever happened, now I'm at the point in my life where I don't need that. I knew that. I just need some positivity. I need some stability. I need a good man.
No, day one I told you that show sucked, and you did. And you're like, you have to keep watching. I was like, it doesn't get better. That bitch deserves to get drop kicked. That bitch deserves to get punched in the throat. That bitch deserves a suplex.
That being said, I haven't seen the whole first season in a while, and I know the end of it, she's way less obnoxious, but
it doesn't matter, because the second season, she just becomes obnoxious again.
Yeah, pretty much. I fucking love the chibi art for it, though.
Yeah,
and the intro is
really
one
cool.
of the best intros I've ever seen.
I can say this 1,000 times over. Yeah, this show, it looks nice. It for sure looks good. I can't deny the fact that there's some cool stuff in it, but still hate that show.
Yep, true that. Anyways, I understand where you're coming from with the whole Aho Girl being a different experience, watching it as a group.
For sure more fun that way. I also convinced him to watch an episode of School Live, right?
Yeah, School Live.
You told me this. You told me about this. I don't know, a while back.
Yeah, we talked about it in one of our early episodes.
Yeah,
back in the Disney.
Back in the past. So I knew the twist at the beginning. Yeah, right. So I was like, okay, but they don't know the twist, so I'm just gonna make them all watch it. And here's the thing that really fucking disappointed me: they wouldn't even give it a chance. Trip. They wouldn't even get a chance. I kept raising. They kept just complaining like, I don't get it. This is dumb. And I was like, they wouldn't even give it a chance.
Listen, man, it was dumb, but it looked pretty cute.
It looked pretty cool, yeah.
And it's also cool because since you did know the twist, watching the episode, were you kind of looking out for things?
Oh, yeah.
And there was like a little bit of foreshadowing, but not like anything you could actually tell. You would see like all the desks stacked in the hallway, and you're like, all right, what's up with that
shit? Or the broken glass or whatever. Yeah. No, the biggest issue is like, why the fuck is this bitch carrying a shovel with her? Why is this okay? Yeah. She's like have this bright, shiny, pointy shovel. That's
one of the things though. Anime is fucking wacky. So stuff like that, it's like, hey, maybe that's fine. But then those other little elements aren't like anime being wacky. It's like kind of hidden in the background.
Did you watch any more or just the first episode?
I can't remember how many I've watched. I've definitely watched the first 2.
Okay.
Because the second episode, which
it's about the shovel girl.
Yeah. A lot more about the shovel girl, and they have to go on like a little mission together.
Yeah, they go to go get supplies or whatever.
Yeah.
I like the second episode because I was wondering, like, I'm gonna watch the second episode by myself because those assholes won't even give it a chance.
You know what?
Trip, look at my hands; they're in the air. They won't even give it a chance.
How do they even get that high?
Look at that.
I can't even reach that.
Won't even give it a chance. So in the second episode, I was curious to see if it continued to be like super sweet and just like have these like these tiny hidden things,
moments,
or is it going to be more serious or going to be more dark? So I was pleasantly surprised where it's like it's a mixture of the two. It is more dark and realistic, and then every now and then you get like a moment where she's like, oh, let's have this sweet moment. But what I also liked is like even the sweet character also gets put in those dark moments, and like she doesn't know how to act.
She's like a completely broken person. Mm-hmm. Okay, so for anyone that hasn't seen this show, we haven't like spoiled what's going on with it. We've said that there's a lot of shit and there is a twist.
Yeah.
So for anyone that hasn't watched it, you should probably go and check it out because it was a cool experience, I thought.
Yeah.
It was very unique. I don't necessarily know if I like it. I feel probably similar to you where I'm intrigued, but I still haven't watched more because there's always been something else that I gotta watch.
Yeah, I think I'm going to keep watching it just to see where it goes because
if you're going to keep watching it, then I'll keep watching it.
Oh, dope. Yeah. I think I'm only 2 episodes in, so I'm going to see where it goes. That being said, nothing was really spoiled. If what we just said earlier.
Yeah.
If you are going to try the show, give it 2 episodes.
Definitely.
Just give it a chance. Just give it a chance.
Just give it a chance.
Just give it a chance.
Well, because when you watch the first episode, and if you have an open mind about it, then by the end of it, you're gonna want to watch a second episode.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're trying to, well, that's what I'm saying. Like if you're being kind of like closed minded about it, and you're like, okay, well, it's not for me, man. I can't give it a chance. There's just nothing here. Mm-hmm. Whatever it is. But I think that they did a lot of really smart things. Mm-hmm. And watching it the first time through, didn't think it was that smart. And then by the end of it, I was like, oh, that was a neat little thing. But then you watch it a second time through and you're able to pick up on, or at least if you know what the twist is, you're able to pick up on all these little details that you're like, oh, wow, they put a lot of thought into this.
So I did that, which was also pretty fun. Watched all of Crossing Time. Yeah. Which Sierra said she was all about. I think that every episode's 3 minutes long, which is super short.
So I might catch up on that too. But for our end of the season episode.
For sure. There's I think there's 8 or 9 episodes out. So there's, so I just watched all of them. And I remember liking the first 2 a lot when we first did the preview this season. And I was like, I wonder if these get better. Some of them are... I enjoy all of them, but there's some that are way better than other ones. Some just don't hit as well. There's 2 really good ones, and it's the only reoccurring ones that happened where it's a brother and sister who meet at the at the railroad crossings, and they don't talk to each other, they just text back and forth, and those are real fun. So Crossing Time, super enjoyed it. I watched another episode of the Tiramisu.
Yeah.
I liked
it. Was the puppy one?
Yeah, I like the puppy one. The second half of it wasn't as good, like the mom part. But so I don't know. It's also really short. Maybe I'll keep trying. I still like how absurd it is.
The second one, it kind of lost me. Really? The first one, it had. I liked both of the. I don't even know what to call them. Both of the jokes, I guess.
The bits or whatever.
Yeah, the little like a half episode things. Yeah. I enjoyed both of those little stories. And then for the second episode, they went like in a different direction. Mm-hmm. And the first bit was like, it was okay. It didn't hit me as hard as the first episode. But then that second half, I was just lost on it. And I tried watching a little bit of the third and I was like, yeah, I'm done.
Mm-hmm. So I'm caught up, just to finish this up, I'm caught up on all this stuff except for Hinamatsuri because I'm watching it dubbed, and I really like it. I think I like it more dubbed because I've watched it several times, the first episode multiple times, subbed and dubbed, and I think it's funnier in English.
That's fine,
So I like that show, caught up with everything else.
I feel like that would be a pretty good English show.
Oh, it's really good. I also really like, I also managed to rewatch Ouran High School Host Club again.
Oh, shit. All of it?
Yeah.
You the man.
Except for skipping 2 episodes that I don't... No, 3 episodes I don't like. The 3 episodes I don't like are the 2 episodes with the Girl Academy.
Okay, yeah.
I don't like those girls.
That's fine.
Because it's all about the boys, dog.
Yeah.
Just the boys, dog.
We did boys.
Those 2 episodes, and the last episode I don't like is the... I mean, I'll watch it. I'm not a big fan of it. Is the dream sequency one where it's Alice in Wonderland?
Yeah, like... I think at this point, Alice in Wonderland, like it's like so cliche.
It's used so fucking much. Yeah. It just fucking gagged me whenever it's like, oh, what is it? Like, remember that manga, that anime that came out that was just Alice in Wonderland? I was just like, really? Alice Coon or whatever you fucking
Whatever.
bitch. Yeah.
Whatever.
So, I rewatched all that, finished it. I'm currently on episode 60 of Zatch Bell.
Nice.
I'm just
getting back in it.
Disgusted with myself.
Dude, you know what? It's summer.
Yeah.
You get to do what you get to
It's
do.
only
boy.
week 3 of summer. And then I've watched one episode of Your Lie in April, and I'm digging it. I'm going to keep watching it because it's really pretty, and I'm curious to see where the show goes.
So you make me want to watch School Live, Crossing Time,
Yeah.
and Your Lie in April.
Yeah.
Because I want to be able to watch it like... I feel like you're just going to bust it all out in one day, which I'm kind of worried
that's how
about.
I watch things.
Yeah.
Remind me, I also have to watch Eureka 7 before the summer's over.
Okay.
Because I said I would,
Yeah.
and I now have time to do it.
Yeah.
Well, you have to remind me.
I will. The director of this week's topic happened to work on Eureka 7.
Nice.
AO.
Oh. Ayo. Ayo.
So if that kind of shows you guys my feelings.
That was good. He goes, Eureka 7, Ayo. And then someone goes, Ayo. Oh! That was a good one, man.
making jokes.
Oh, we were fucking good. We were killing it. Anyways, I've talked a lot about what I've been doing in anime. What about you, man?
So listen, man, anime for me has been one solid night of watching what's out right now. And also a few solid nights of watching what we're talking about this week.
Yeah.
But you know what I really been into? This new anime called Season 5 of Arrested Development.
Oh my God.
Oh man, it's so fucking fun.
I just think the intro and outro could be a lot better for that show.
Whoa.
Honestly, and you know what? The character development is really weak. I feel like it's not a good show to just jump on. You have to watch all the other, fucking older seasons, and it's not very. True. No, it's not very friendly. I don't see it.
That's fine.
Definitely not anime of the year.
That's okay. It doesn't have to be anime of the year, but it's anime of right now for me. That's what I have to say.
How you liking Arrested Development?
So they're doing this interesting thing where they're doing half seasons on Netflix now, and this is the first half season show that I've watched.
Is it 6 episodes?
I think it was 8.
Is a full season 14?
They have different amounts for because season 4 I think was 15 or 16. Maybe 18 episodes. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it was a fucking lot of episodes.
Some sitcoms are 23.
They re-released season 4 with reordering of the scenes.
Yeah, the remix or whatever.
Yeah, it was better in a lot of ways, but I kind of like anyways. That was 22 episodes long.
Whoa.
So Netflix just does whatever the fuck they want, and I'll let them keep doing it because this last season they were able to do some good stuff. And I don't know how you feel about Kyle Mooney, but I'm a pretty big fan of him.
Who is he?
He used to be, I think his YouTube channel was Good Neighbor stuff, and then he
is he acting in it?
Yeah.
Is he the guy with the claw?
No.
Oh, I don't know that guy.
But now he's on SNL. He's a pretty popular SNL dude. He's got long hair and glasses. He made Bigsby Bear.
He's got big glasses, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know who he is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like him.
Skinny
He cracks
guy.
me up. Yeah. So he plays one of the characters estranged sons, and he's fucking hilarious.
So he's new
I
to
loved
the
him.
season.
Yeah, new to the cast.
Cool.
Really fun. Michael Cera killing it.
Do they still have the original cast for the main part of the core?
Yeah, they have all of them.
Who's the main guy in that?
Jason Bateman, kind of. Yeah.
Has it always been Bateman?
Yeah.
Fuck, is it Bateman? Which one's Bateman? Was he the one from? Because is he the one from the one with the RV and they go to fucking Mexico? What's it fucking called?
I don't know, but he was in Game Night. That was the most recent movie that I've seen him in.
That's Bateman?
Jason Bateman, yeah.
That's him?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's him.
That was him. He also, there was this movie.
No, I know who you're saying. I don't think that's his name.
What the fuck?
You got it wrong.
I'll fucking deck you. I don't give a shit,
I'll
dude.
deck you back.
Damn.
My Hero Academia. Ayo.
Oh. Deck you.
Got
It's
it.
funny, you guys. It's
yeah.
a good joke. And that's funnier because macadamia has been overdone. People do that. But deck you? Totally new, totally fresh. Juan started macadamia. Let me tell you. He started macadamia. He brings it home. I'm not hurting your feelings right now. I'm legitimately complimenting you.
No, that really hurt because you're like, oh, it's not like macadamia's been overused. You know how bad it feels to have your son or your child just taken advantage of? It's the worst feeling in the world, Trip. I made that baby and people fucked it.
Yeah, well, people did fuck it, but that's the thing.
People are fucking my baby, Trip.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I got you. I stopped it, didn't I? Yeah, fuck you, asshole. You had nothing to say.
But really funny joke is the point. I really like that pun.
What were we talking about? Oh, Arrested Development. Sorry. Jason Bateman.
Yeah, I was watching that shit. But yeah, in terms of the new anime, oh man, I was fucking hyped on Gun Gale Online.
This
that
last
show was
episode?
getting me so stoked because we getting back in it. We back in the game, and now we got new teams, and then they were actually going at it. So we got our girl Len teaming up with our girl Grenades girl. I don't remember her name.
I don't either.
It's
Yeah.
fine.
It's something with like dog and parrot put together or something like that.
Dare it.
I don't remember. I mean, like in, in
dog
Japanese.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. Yeah,
I really like. I really like her.
yeah.
The only issue I have with it is that this is fucking again nitpicking or whatever. Our main character, this massive bitch, right?
Yeah.
She keeps going to new games and only ends up in Gun Gale because she ends up randomly assigned to be a tiny person, right?
Yeah.
Just like
Which cracks me
right?
up.
Okay, which is like, oh, it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Why? Okay. Why wouldn't you just be allowed to modify your character the way you want? You know? Well,
Listen, man, I think that it's stupid. It's fucked up.
Yeah.
But Sword Art Online Season 2 fucked with us
yeah.
first.
Kiryu shows up, like, oh, cool, super rare skin. I'm a girl and I'm hot and I got a sword. The second thing, fucking her friend ports over from an existing game, like a fantasy game, and she's instantly also a tiny cute girl. And just like, I would have been like, if I were her, like, man, fuck you. You know how hard I worked to be a tiny cute girl? I went through thousands of games. I had to buy all those games and come over, you know?
Yeah.
Anyways, I have some buddies I'm trying to convince. Well, one buddy specifically trying to convince him to watch Gun Gale because the other one wants to watch it. But I think he's so burnt. He got like so much whiplash from like, you know, Sword Art Online. I was like, look, man, it's good. It's actually really good.
Yeah. I don't know how the ending of it's going to be. They definitely put in some Sword Art Online elements, but I'm like, man, you need to. Yeah, well, you didn't need to leave it out, but you could have left that out, and I would have been having just as much fun, maybe even more fun.
Oh yeah, the whole. It's kind of convoluted. There's like, the whole dying in the game, dying in real life thing kind of comes into play here, but it's just like it's so in the back burner, you know.
That's how I feel. But they keep being like, I have to kill my friend so my friend doesn't kill herself. I was just like, what? But also, it's pretty
fucking
backwards ass bullshit.
What's pretty dumb about that is because she's like, oh, I have to go kill her, but she's like, I gotta get there before everybody else kills her. It's like, bitch, if she dies, isn't she okay with it? Doesn't she just want to die? So
yeah.
Anyways, still a good show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly, it's just the gameplay. Let's just put it that way. The gameplay is fucking cool to see because our main character kicks ass. She's fucking great. Yeah. All of her friends apparently kick ass too. And Grenades Girl in this last episode was definitely my favorite character so far.
Much fun. She got her legs blown off. Oh my god, it was hilarious.
Legs blown up. She's being dragged and stuff, crying. But what I love about it too is that they could be as brutal and violent as they want because it's a video game, so they like pixelate it, so it's all whatever.
When they did the instant replay of her grenading that guy in the face, I lost my shit.
Him.
I was like, are you fucking kidding me? She's just like no legs and she's just like, boom, fucking gotcha, bitch.
It was so great. Oh man, I'm so excited for more of it. And because My Hero Academia has some of the most hype episodes there are.
Oh yeah.
But now this, I feel like, oh man, I'm so excited for it because I'm used to My Hero at this point. This is an exciting new show.
Wait for next week, dog.
I'm waiting.
Next week pops off.
Next week is going to be nuts because we got Gang Orca. We got Gang Orca going up there. You know
what's super funny? What if I'm here telling you, dude, next week's amazing, and then next week like, hey guys, guess what?
Recap episode. Fucking recap. Hey, Deku used to never have powers, and now
he does.
But All Might can't let anyone know. The whole fucking time was like,
God, that's one thing I really do hate about shonen popular shows. It's like, you know what, we need a recap episode. Like, fuck you, I don't want to see this. Man. I think episode 20 of they're on episode 20 of Darling in the Franxx.
Yeah.
Episode 20 was behind the scenes 2 or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Which we talked about that episode coming up on the show. And then when it came up on my queue, I was like,
skipped it.
Oh man, I forgot. That sucks.
Didn't watch it. But episode 19 was really dope because they kind of told you everything. And
finally we're learning shit.
And the thing is, at the beginning of the show, I wanted to know everything, right?
Right.
And it got kind of frustrated that they weren't giving us any information.
And then I started liking the characters, and it was a little bit easier to watch. And then it got to the point where it was entirely focused on the characters, and you could tell that they've learned a lot from previous projects. The one that the B team worked on that I always forget the fucking name of. Kisniver, yeah. They took a lot of influence from Kisniver and brought it into this, like a really positive influence, not the shitty things that I had problems with. And then it might have been A1 Pictures that had some influence too. Whatever it is, the two studios working together figured out how to absolutely crush it. But the beginning was rough. That's the thing that they needed to, like, and it's not like brought me in and it hooked me quick. But then the next like 6 or 7 episodes, I was like, well, I mean, I'm still watching it, but
and it's not like because there's some really it is super weird. This show is really weird because there's the amalgamation of the two studios. It's like, dude, there's awesome action scenes. There's also episodes where it's just like, oh, we're just chilling, talking, and being bros.
And there's some cool shots where every single time I'm just like, art, they're doing art.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just like a tiny little frame for some reason. Most of the screen's black.
Yeah.
And it'll be like an extra wide shot.
Yeah.
And you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Dude, that aspect ratio.
Oh, yeah. No, okay, so anyways, in episode 19, they finally like, hey, you guys want to know why the world's all fucked? Here we go. And like they tell you everything.
Yeah.
And we're like, that's super cool. All my fucking questions have been answered. And the only question you have now is, what the fuck's going to happen next?
Yeah.
And it's perfect.
Because I've just been like, I think it was 2 episodes ago. Wow. Once shit got like fucking rocked. And everyone gets back together, and then a couple. I'm trying not to spoil anything, by the way, because it's airing and it's like a really compelling show.
Yeah.
Unlike Gun Gale, where it's just like, there are cool fights, whatever.
And
but
also,
this is like
it's
there's
also
a lot
video
of really
games. It's like, oh, she fucking shot that dude in the face. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, exactly.
Cannon fodder.
Who cares? Whatever. But for this, it's like a couple of big things happened, and it was like really sweet, and then everything just comes fucking crashing down. And at that point, I'm like, rebellion. I just want to see the fucking resistance. I want to see some fucking crazy fights go down. I want to see some Klaxosaur shit joining together with some like parasites. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I want it to go fucking whack.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just curious. So we're on episode 20. Most animes, I think, is 2 core or whatever.
Yeah.
So that means 24 episodes.
to 26.
Do you think we're gonna get 26 because 2 of these were like those special things?
While I really hope that we do, I don't expect that we get that.
I think we're at least gonna get 24.
I hope.
I'd have to guess at least 4 more episodes of this.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I'd have to guess that's what.
That would be a nice amount to kind of wrap stuff up. But I think that they're going to encounter the same problem that a lot of animes do, where they wait so long to get us to the interesting points of the plot that they just like kind of rush it at the end.
Yeah.
Which is a bummer sometimes. And I feel like, in a way, Eureka 7 did it perfectly, where they rushed. I know, I'm fucking I'm jerking off everything over here, but goddamn, Eureka 7 did it perfectly, because if it was like Darling in the Franxx, where it had all this really interesting stuff set up, because the episode 24 point in Eureka 7 is the point where it's just like, oh man, some like crazy shit just went down, and it like could end right there or whatever.
Yeah.
But it keeps going.
Yeah,
and it expands on it more.
Like a billion episodes.
It's 48, 50 or something.
That's a lot.
It's pretty hefty.
I'm assuming it's because like I don't think Darling in the Franxx is going to go that much further. Yeah, but still, great show.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, because like there was a slow burn for Darling. There's a slow burn for Eureka 7, but they also have all this fucking extra shit.
Yeah.
To just hype you up nonstop and bring in interesting concepts and new ideas. And I'm really hoping that Darling doesn't fall flat because of that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. I have faith that they're going to be able to bring it home,
Yeah.
Take, one for the Gipper and whatnot.
Oh, absolutely. Hinamatsuri, still dope. Finally get to see what's going on the island, which was, it's in the intro.
Which I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's fine. There's just a girl crying on an island alone. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? And then finally we get there. And I'm like, oh, that's the fuck is that? And I'm excited to see more of that. And then there's My Hero, which it's coming up to a really big event. And it's been a great season.
Yeah.
This last episode, there's been a lot of jokes going around about All Might being the Pizza Law delivery man.
Oh, because he crashed in through. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Well, because they knock on the door and pizza delivery, Pizza Law pizza. And everyone's saying like, what the fuck? All Might just fucking bum rushes through the wall.
I don't think he's the one that said that.
No, he's not.
Yeah,
it was Paperman.
Yeah, that guy's weird, right?
Yeah.
His power's super odd.
He freaks me out.
I don't like it. He
I'm
went
not
through
comfortable.
the warp guy.
Yeah.
He's like, it's cool, man. I knocked him out. I was like, you're killing him.
I don't like it. It makes me uncomfortable. It's like Best Genus
right
times
behind you.
10.
Oh, Trip's dead.
I'm dead. Don't
I like
worry
Best
about
Genius.
it.
Best Genius I fucks with. He's
Oh,
so
yeah, no,
dumb.
I like him. But that's what I'm saying. This guy's like a fucked up Best
Yeah.
Genius.
I wonder what Gang Orca does.
Yeah, just like
Besides
really
being
fucking
awesome.
Cool. He doesn't need to do shit, but he needs to be there.
He's
let me tell
super
you.
dope. Yeah, I like him a lot too. Yeah. So far, anime's been pretty great.
That's the thing. This season of anime is so good.
You know what that means though? Next season, total trash.
Which we're going to talk about in a little bit.
Yeah.
We've got a whole list of anime that is coming out next season, and we're going to go over what like each episode is or what each show is with some very brief descriptions, saying if we're into it or not, just based on the description,
homie.
or whatever.
So let's get into the news.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm so down for the news. I don't have a whole lot, but I've got a couple of things that I want to talk about.
Cool.
So. A little fun thing that I don't know shit about, but people are so excited. Kaguya-sama is getting a TV anime.
Shut the fuck up.
I know.
Really?
Listen, man, I thought you might be surprised about this, but it's actually happening.
Oh, I can't. Fuck it. I gotta call somebody. I gotta tell my parents. I don't know what this is.
Yeah, me either.
What's it
But
look
hey,
like?
we'll find out soon. Some chick, and there's a red background, and it looks pretty cool stylistically.
Cool.
So we're going to watch it because we watch everything because we're the fucking shitlords of anime. Attack on Titan Season 3.
Boo. Boo. Attack on Titan. Boo. You're trash. Boo.
It's going to premiere in the United States
June 1st.
in Canadian
July 1st.
theaters.
July 1st.
In theaters. It's
July
going to
1st.
premiere in theaters July 1st, maybe.
Oh, it doesn't have a date?
Yeah, no.
I was guessing.
Yeah.
Just guessing.
Okay, well, I don't know. But I think that's weird that they're premiering an anime in theaters that's like
gonna go
an
watch it.
episodic. Listen, man.
Yeah. We're gonna go watch it.
No, man, listen. I'm not about to fucking head to a movie theater with a bunch of weeb ass freaks.
Do it all the time.
Like, I've had some pretty dang negative experiences with a bunch of nerdy ass people sitting around
Silent
me.
Voice was amazing.
A Silent
Your
Voice
name was amazing.
Yeah, both of them. But this is like,
Mary and the Witch's Flower was pretty bad, but that's because the movie wasn't good.
but you know, whatever. But with Attack on Titan, I feel like that's one of the most mainstream anime there are, and just like all the fucking obnoxious freaks love it. So, anyways, when I went to go see Avengers: Infinity War, and I had to sit next to people who were like, "Oh," and then Captain America shows up, and they're like,
Are you clapping or touching
I'm clapping.
yourself? Okay,
I'm clapping.
I don't know what they were
weren't-
doing.
Yeah, no. Well, one of my hands is full.
Oh, let me hold it.
Okay, here you go. And oh, Captain America! Oh my God,
It still sounds dirty. It doesn't sound like you're clapping. Okay, well now I'm turned on. So, yeah, no, I feel like I got some friends went to see fucking Infinity War, and they're just like, "You're lucky you didn't go with us. We had a horrible." I was like, "How bad was it?" It's like one of the persons they went with was trash. Like
Damn.
total, like she would squeal when Captain America would show up.
Damn.
Fucking pick your shit up, guys. Pick your shit up. Put it in the bag. Get out of here.
Get the fuck out of here. Somebody was talking about an experience lately. I don't remember who it was, but it was somebody who was talking about some shit. It was probably you. Let's be honest here.
You don't talk to people, yeah.
And somebody sat down right next to the whole group of friends.
Yeah.
Somebody sat down right next to them, and it was this like super big fat dude. And he
This
was
is not me.
No. Okay, good. I'm like, I don't remember who it was. I don't remember what fucking movie it was, but they watched the movie and they were like, everybody out of the group was like, it was a pretty good movie. Like, yeah, I really enjoyed it. One of them was like, I don't know, it was okay. It must have been it had to be the Avengers. Whatever fucking movie is there? But I also don't have any friends, so who would have told me about this? I'm just having a hard time imagining this. I don't have friends with friends. My friends are just like,
Oh my
you.
God, Trip, shut up. How did this story end?
This dude brings in like a shitload of food. Like he gets his hot dog, he's his nachos, he has his popcorn and soda. He's got everything fucking raring to go.
Oh, you're not talking. That didn't really happen. That was the promotional video for Overboard with Hemio de Revés. We buy all the stuff and he tried to get people back. They're 15% of popcorn. He sits down with the box and all the hot dogs and buns. Remember that? That's what that was. That was a fever dream.
I fucking hate that commercial. So
I
this
really
dude
like that
sits down-
comedian, so it really bums me out that it's a bad commercial.
It's really bad.
You know why that commercial is amazing? Because there's this really awkward cashier in that commercial. Have you
Yeah.
seen- Oh my God, I
Yeah.
love that guy. He his only job is to like hold. He has two jobs. One job is to give somebody some popcorn.
Uh-huh.
The other job is to like he's supposed to hold the the Coca-Cola cups and like at an angle.
But yeah, and then he just does like this weird little like twisting it and like
twisting this weird face. It's hilarious.
So it's your favorite new ad?
Oh, I love it because they took away all my other favorite ones.
Well, because I really like the one where everyone sang because it was super annoying and obnoxious, and then I realized some dude just fucking throws popcorn all over this chick when they're passing all the drinks and stuff.
Down.
Silence your cell phones.
Yeah, enjoy Coca-Cola and Pepsi and fucking popcorn with your movie experience.
So this fat motherfucker.
Anyways, this fat guy is eating food.
He sits next to this dude. And he's just fucking eating and slobbing up, which is only part of the problem. It's like, oh man, whatever. This dude's like, whatever. But then every time that anything would happen,
I can just imagine.
Oh, it was Deadpool. It must have been Deadpool. He was like laughing at the jokes really hard, but then he was muttering to himself the whole time. And there were certain points where it would come and be like, lucky, good. And everyone in the group heard that, except the guy sitting next to him heard like, man, look, he's so funny. I love this kid. And like
Domino. You mean Domino?
Domino. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Domino. Like,
Domino's so like,
yeah, all that. But he's just like muttering to himself through like all this shit. And it's like, dude, fucking stop that shit.
Shut the fuck up. Oh, yeah, I feel it. I really want to rewatch A Quiet Place.
Yeah, Quiet Place, but like with a good audience.
Yeah, or just by alone. Myself. Because like, oh, what a fuck.
Sitting in the dark.
That's a great movie. Anyways, what else you got for news?
All right, so anyways, yeah, like I said, Attack on Titan is going to be premiering in theaters. Whatever, cool. Akiko Yajima, who voices Shin-chan, will be retiring her role.
Yeah, I heard this. Yeah, actually, 20-something years, right?
Yeah, it's been... I think 26 years, something like that.
It's a long time.
But she's retiring due to difficulty maintaining the character's voice. It's been after that long, your voice starts to change and it starts to become difficult to do certain things. So
well, women usually do little kid voices.
Yeah.
But eventually you get too old where you're just like, hey man, I can't do this little kid voice anymore.
Yeah, you go from being a soprano to a tenor and you're like, I can't do it.
You just wake up one day like, holy shit, I'm a tenor now.
I'm a tenor. So yeah, she's going to be retiring, and her last performance is going to air on June 29th.
Cool. Dude, I got something to complain about.
Yeah.
All fucking day, I've been getting texts from random phone numbers just saying, hey, Jose, or hello, Juan. I just want to know, what were your thoughts on voting for governor? I'm here to support so-and-so.
How did they get your number?
I don't fucking know. But it's, the thing is, it's not the same person. Either like one's campaigning for one person, one campaigning for another person. And I just don't even want to respond because I'm just like, they'll just keep texting me back. And I can't block them because they're all different numbers. All day it's been happening, Trip. I've got like fucking... I'm not voting, on principle, I'm not voting for anybody who sent me a text.
Damn straight, dude.
Yeah, it's fucking...
That's an annoying thing.
Goes, hey, Jose, my name's Peter. Peter spelled with A.
All right.
I'm with Student Presidents and Teacher Support, Marshall Tuck for California Superintendent of Public Industries. Nope, guess what, Tuck? You didn't get my vote.
That sucks for Tuck.
Who else we got? Hi, Jose, it's Victor with Antonio Villagares for governor. Get the fuck out of here, Antonio. You're not getting my vote. Who else is not getting my vote? Fucking bullshit.
Anyways, they're losing the Latin vote now. That's what they're just trying to do.
Everybody knows we have one vote and it's all shared and we all decide who gets it, and I get it. So they lost the Latino vote.
That sucks, dude.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just got another one. So that's why I was super frustrated.
Yeah, it's all good. Shit happens. No worries. So there's going to be a new movie coming out. It's a 3D CG animated film for Monster Strike. It's going to be coming out in October of this year, and it's going to be titled Monster Strike the Movie.
Cool.
Sora no Kanata.
I'll definitely watch it.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Monster Strike, but the fact that this is like a 3D CG movie that's coming out for this like previously existing thing is kind of like a big deal.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's also, it's big when it's just called The Movie, Doug, The Movie. Pokemon, The Movie.
Cowboy Bebop, The Movie.
Yu-Gi-Oh, The Movie. Like that's you made it,
Made it big. All right. So really quickly, while we're about to dive into all of the new shows coming out next season, this week, the premiere of Fooly Cooly Season 2 Progressive came out, which I've been looking forward to this for a while. They aired it on April 1st, to be fair. They aired it like several times, but they didn't announce it. They just did it. So it was fucking wild. As soon as it happened, people were like, oh, fuck, it's on. And yeah, lost their shit. So now it's actually coming out. And I was pleasantly surprised by it. It felt like Fooly Cooly.
Yeah.
But I feel like this is a pretty divisive show.
Okay.
It hits all the same notes that the original Fooly Cooly did with this whole, like, it's got a really teenage angle on things where it would attract, like, teenagers that are going through some, like, identity shit and some, a little bit of puberty, all that good stuff. And it hits those notes a little bit harder, I feel like, than the original did. But it's also zany as fuck. And it was, like, going a little bit too hard on, like, oh, man, it's cool and it's wacky. That being said, I liked it. I liked every part of it. I didn't think there was anything that I was like, nope, doesn't work for me. I think that they hit all the right notes. I loved the soundtrack. I love the animation.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see how these characters grow and develop because I kind of like the thing that they've got going on. At the very least, at the very end of the first episode, where we get to see our like two main characters who aren't aliens, like have a very brief interaction with each other. Which, I just got so excited about that.
You gonna cry about it?
I just, I haven't been excited about something in a whole
You almost
while.
told me. You almost had me. I checked it out today. I DVR'd it and decided to watch it. I also liked Fooly Cooly when I was younger. I thought it was super interesting. A good coming of age story, right? So check this guy out. Main character's a girl. Instantly took me out of it. Can't do it.
Nope, can't do it.
Can't do it.
Oh, but then she has like a rhinoceros horn,
And
and
I'm back in.
which is very phallic. So it's like she's a
Back
boy.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the art's great. They definitely knocked the Fooly Cooly style out of it. The park. The music is really good, which is something that I know you're a huge fan of.
Yeah. Well, when it's one of those things where I'm always trying to look out for the music and see if there's like good music in whatever show. Sometimes it just fits the scenes well, so I won't really mention it. She's like, it's good. But sometimes it's really good original music, and it happens to fit the scene too. And it's like, all of this works. And for this show, I feel like it's almost in the foreground. Yeah. It's almost something that everyone can notice.
They want you to notice it, absolutely. It's definitely not like something to be just ignored or whatever.
Yeah.
That being said, I don't know what progressive rock is, but hearing this, I'm just sitting there listening to it, and I'm like, you know what? This sounds pretty progressive. That's just like my thought. Like I couldn't name you a single progressive rock band.
Yeah, but you're not a prog rock guy.
Yeah, but the music is playing. I was like, this sounds pretty progressive. There are some moments where the animation gets away from them. I feel like there's just like a few frames or a few that are kind of sloppy, and I'm just like, you know what? It's fine. It's something you forgive with the style that they go with because they do
exactly.
They do a more cartoony, more like bendy kind of bits, and if you it's like when you freeze frame any bit of like Naruto, like in a little fight, you're like,
and
look at that.
Like there's some things that they throw in there because it's kind of a throwback. So I feel like they could be nowadays. You have to be very concise with your animation. You have to make sure all the movements are fluid, clean, otherwise it feels weird. But I feel like at the time that Fooly Cooly came out, there were a lot of scenes that were just like random shots tied together for like whenever like a cat and a dog get in a fight in a cartoon, and like arms and legs start like flying out of that puff, it's kind of like that where it's just wacky and it's showing you really quick actions, but it's not actually animating them; it's just kind of popping. Yeah, they have a lot of that going on.
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying that.
No, exactly. I totally agree.
And it's it's something that they.
It takes you out like a little bit. It's a little bit jarring.
Something that they're not hiding. There's like that's just the way they do their thing, which is fine.
Totally fine.
Here's some highlights of the show that I really liked. There's a character that we meet who is wearing a skirt. He's a big old fat dude.
Fucking hilarious.
He's wearing like a skirt and a sweater, and he's like his like panties are hanging out. His underwear, and he goes like, "Can you just close your legs?" Like, what, dog? He's like, what? I'm not telling you to look at them. You're the one looking at them.
Like, but it's like right in my face.
Yeah. Well, that whole interaction with those three boys, I really like.
That was pretty entertaining.
There's the main character boy who's kind of cocky, but he's just like in a school uniform. There's this other dude who's kind of eccentric. He's wearing the skirt, and there's this other kid who just seems like a really nice guy.
He's just so sweet and really meek.
Yeah,
I don't know if you've ever had a friend like that in high school.
I've had.
But fucking nailed that.
Yeah. I've a friend like that in college now, where it's like where he's just like He's really soft spoken, and when he does talk, I make sure to listen. And I'm just like, oh man, you're so fucking adorable, dog. He just pick you up and ruffle your hair a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they nailed that. They nailed that one frame where he just doesn't want to, ruffle any feather. Just like
he's just kind of like blushing, getting all like
whatever. That was super cool. I like that bit a lot.
And by the way, we watched it in English. It's airing on Toonami. The Japanese subtitled is going to come out in November, I think we said.
Pushed back.
Which is totally fine because Fooly Cooly is probably the number one show I'd recommend watching in English anyways.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, go and watch it in Japanese if you want to check out the original. But because it's so fast-paced, because there's so many things going on in the first Fooly Cooly, it's easier to catch all the visual references and a lot of the gags and whatnot when you're watching it in English because there's some fast dialogue.
For sure.
So trying to read through the subtitles and see everything that's happening on the screen is a real chore.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel about what's it called? Daily Lives of High School Boys. I wish that fucker would get a fucking dub because sometimes the jokes are so quick. I miss them. Anyways, so the kids, those three kids, that whole dichotomy between the three of them, I really enjoyed. The new, I don't know what, the new character where she's like also has a bass guitar, but she rides a car or whatever.
Yeah, she has actually a regular guitar.
Yeah, so she's super dope too. I like her whole deal.
It was pretty funny to me. Like, this is something which I feel like is divisive. I thought it was fucking funny because they were trying to be anime as fuck.
Yeah, with her.
Where she's just like, all right, she's an 80s fucking futuristic alien woman who looks like a regular woman, and she drives a car, but she just sits in the back seat of her convertible and it fucking drives itself.
This being said, a lot of my nightmares are me driving the car from the back seat.
Oh shit.
It's so terrifying, Trip. You don't understand. Like,
no.
And I know they're dreams. Like, I know, like, because I've had them so many times.
Yeah, I've had a dream where I did that.
But it's just like, and the thing is, I'm always driving the car and I'm just like, okay, just got to get to my house or whatever. And I'll be like, I veer a little bit to the left and I'll hit like a parked car, like a scrape. I'm like, oh God, it's okay. I just got to make it. And then I always think, why don't I just move to the front seat? And then I'm just like, I always try, but I can never get there in time. Seeing the visual representation,
I can't relate as well, but yeah.
Seeing the visual representation of one of my biggest fears was fucking. I paused the TV. I was like, I can't.
She's just flying. Oh, that's like me.
It was so dangerous.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of the last things I really liked was the mom in this show.
Yeah, the mom is just like she's essentially like a peppy high school girl. Yeah. While our main character girl is she's nothing. She's like
really quiet,
bored and depressed and just like whatever.
She even said like what I forget what type of, you know how like there's like specific words to describe what personality she is or whatever.
Yeah.
She uses specific words like, you're going through this specific phase or whatever. It's like, huh. Yeah, you go, mom. I just love the fact that.
The mom was really good.
She had the knife,
Yeah. Oh shit! Wait, what's that? What did you? The mom of the year?
No, calm down.
We didn't do it. Did we?
I didn't do it. No.
Did we? I don't know. She was pretty good.
The year's not even over. We can't name mom of the year.
Mom of the year.
Can't even do that.
I know.
Not even close to naming mom of the year.
No, but let's go over some good moms so far this year. We haven't gotten too much of Deku's mom.
No,
but she's been sweet.
She's always a contender.
Yeah, she's always a contender.
On the phone, she was just like, Deku, do you have to go to fucking? And it was like, Mom, she's so concerned,
And then we also have Alaska Girls.
I haven't seen the show. Mom's dead. I know she's dead though. I'll tell you what.
I wasn't talking about that mom.
What mom were you talking about?
The mom who was gonna beat the girl with a spoon, like was gonna beat the fuck out of her, and the dad's just like, "I'm so sorry." Oh,
and closes the door. Yeah. Solid mom. Yeah.
Fucking great mom right there. Yeah, those are my moms.
Yeah. There hasn't been a lot of moms this year.
No, there hasn't been. But yeah, the mom character in this, really fun, a little addition to it. I also like that they're trying to keep up with the same theme that the first Fooly Cooly had, where the dad ran a little shop, and he didn't have a wife, so he was like always looking for women and whatnot. And then the mom is single and she's running a little shop, and it's like, okay, cool. So we have some parallels to the first season. So I'm excited to see what else we're gonna figure out what's going on in this season. We got to see a little tidbit of like robot action, but not too much. And The first scene, let me just say, it hooked me instantly.
Oh yeah, really dark.
So I'm excited. It just she's walking through this field of
Just fucked
junk,
the wasteland.
Complete disgrace. Like the sky is completely black, and she's having a hard time, and she's rotting, and pieces of her are falling off.
Hand
and
falls off.
It was intense. I was like,
She had a
this
big
is
ass horn.
way more graphic and way more interesting than anything in the first season of Fooly Cooly was.
That being said, there's also an episode, a bit in this episode where the teacher makes them all line up and all watch pornography, it's assumed.
Yeah.
Just like, and then she goes, okay, go to the next video. Go to the next video.
Yeah.
Okay, you're done. Who's next, you know? Which, if you have no idea what Fooly Cooly is, you can be like, this is too much.
Yeah, I definitely see that's where this gets super divisive.
Yeah.
And seeing all of that, I knew exactly what was going on. You meet the teacher who's doing that, and if you've seen Fooly Cooly before, you could kind of just assume what's going on. And then at the end, the reveal.
Which we
of
all
course,
know. Yeah.
But not knowing anything about Fooly Cooly, about how much it ties into adolescence and how much it ties into the struggle of, you know, sexual frustration as a teenager, and you don't even realize what it is. I thought that this was a really upfront way to attack those issues.
Yeah, no, I agree too. But I'm just saying, if someone walks into your room at that point, that's a shitty time.
Yeah, I mean, kind of, yeah.
But yeah, I think people should give the show a shot. I'm gonna keep watching it weekly. Hopefully, if I can, you know, I'm obviously gonna DVR it.
I would love to. At the very least, because I wasn't able to, I didn't record it, but I went to go look it up on my TV, and then it wasn't popping up. It was like, hey, episode 2 airs this day, and episode 3 airs this day. And I'm like, yeah, but where's episode 1 though, guys? It wasn't there. So I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'm not fucking watching this. Hey, Amazon has it, so I just bought it on Amazon. Nice. Yeah, so if you do not have Toonami, if you don't have Adult Swim, if you don't have Cartoon Network,
if you don't have cable,
if you do not watch like live TV, then you can buy it. It is on Amazon. I would recommend doing that if you liked the first season of Fooly Cooly and you happen to have the money to support it. Otherwise, y'all know how I watched Fooly Cooly when it was first out. Illegally.
Torrented it?
I torrented it.
Is torrenting still a thing?
You know what? It made a little comeback.
Yeah.
Because you've got the cable companies and you have all the different networks to watch stuff on, like Netflix, Hulu, Verve, you name it. It's all bullshit.
Yeah,
so people are torrenting again.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good for them. Remember LimeWire?
Yeah. I do remember LimeWire.
There's one more. The one where they give you Napster.
Yep.
Remember Napster?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, nice. Cool.
Man.
We are so from the 90s.
Hell yeah. Put that shit on my Zune, boy.
Ooh, you had a Zune?
No, I didn't. But my friend did.
I had a Zune.
And he had it all. Whoa.
But it wasn't like I bought it. I found it. It's a big... I found it and they were like,
it's
cool.
Fucking huge. It's like a brick.
It was massive. It had so much music on it.
Yeah.
And I was like, cool, I guess I'm just going to... Because no one locked it. No one wanted a Zune. No one would steal a Zune. So no one locked it. So I had a Zune growing up.
Whoa.
And I was like... I mean, not growing up. I think like last 2 years of high school.
In high school, you had a Zune?
I didn't bring it out in public. I'm not a weirdo. But I'm saying, like, we found it in the...
Not a weirdo.
We found it at the park.
Okay.
And it was like, cool. And like there was no one there. It's like, I guess this is my Zune now. And had, like I said, all the music. I had no idea how to put music on it. I didn't have I don't think I had a computer to put music on it. And I was just like, well, this is my thing now.
I didn't... Because I had an iPod in junior high and in high school
too, and then it broke.
Yeah, exactly. But then my friend had a Zune and he was like, it's way better than iPod. And I'm like, okay, like why? And he told me, I'm like, okay, actually that is way better than an iPod. Yeah. And they never caught on, and it's fucking wild.
Oh my god, all of it is name brand and the marketing behind it.
It complete, like, way to go, Apple. You know how to do that.
You made an inferior product, totally make this other thing completely just tank.
Which is great. I don't know. Zune just needed to focus on marketing because I don't think I've ever seen a commercial for Zune.
If there was, it was shit. Ryan was all about Ryan, right?
Yeah.
Ryan was all about Zune's the best. Zune, and
sure.
he bought a.
He was right too.
He bought a Zune HD. It was like the first thin one. It came out when we were in high school. It was thin.
I didn't even know they made them thin.
Yeah, it was thin, and it had like a full touchscreen glass or whatever.
And this was before
the iTouch, I think, was a thing. And he was like playing with it. Had really cool games on it, but nobody gave a fuck. They're like, cool. No one cares about your stupid thing. We all like iPods. Get the fuck out of here.
Anyways, blast to the past over. Let's Let's fucking talk about some shows. Go watch Fooly Cooly, by the way.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's very divisive, but people should check it out.
Yeah, for sure.
It's very unique.
Cool. So let's talk about this week's topic.
We're going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about all the shit.
Are we doing that first? I thought we were doing that and then going to talk about all the shit.
It doesn't matter to me.
Let's get it out of the way.
Get what out of the way?
The topic.
All right. All right. So you might have noticed that we haven't talked about what we've been wanting to talk about this week.
Time out. What we're supposed to talk about this week, not what we want to talk about this week.
Thank you.
Yeah. Because you made a huge mistake.
I have misspoken.
Yeah.
I brought honor upon the podcast.
Brought dishonor to the podcast.
No, honor. People like it when I fuck up.
No one likes. Do your job. Do the thing. Keep talking.
All right. So we're talking about Sword Guy. Sword Guy the animation.
Part 1.
But I don't. Was it called Part 1?
No, it wasn't called Part 1. But when you go to the episodes, it would say Part 1 on top of it.
That's weird. Fucked up. It's fucked up. What do you guys think? Fucked up. Like, comment, subscribe if you think it's fucked up.
Yeah. Send us to our PO box.
So the studio that made it is Production IG. They made a lot of good shit like Haikyuu, Psychopaths, Guilty Crown, shit people really like.
Production
but
Egg,
also
yeah.
it was made by DLE, who's made Akiba's Trip, the animation, and Henkai Shojo.
I had to remember to keep his trip. That's when the girl goes to Akihabara, right?
Yeah, we're following.
And he's stuck there?
Stuck there and
He's a
needs to
ghost?
like rip clothes off of aliens.
people, that's the one.
Yeah.
Nice, nailed it.
Perfect.
Good show.
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
So that's where it gets to be like, oh, I don't really know. And I looked at some of the other shit they did, which I didn't bring up, but you remember that weird lullaby show?
No, what was that one?
It was like 3 minutes long, and there was like a freaky dude and like a cockroach. The cockroach is like, hey, let me in from outside. It's so cold out here. And like, no, I don't want to let you in. And it was like 3 minutes long of just that. And the cockroach dies.
That sounds really good, actually.
It was fucking horrible because it wasn't animation. It was just like little bopping up and down.
Oh, that sounds great.
We
watched this?
Yeah, we watched it. You hated it.
Totally a good time. Okay, so the reason we're definitely prolonging us talking about Sword Guy, the animation, is because we didn't like it. It was bad.
But you know who did like it? The director, Takahiro Ikezoe, who made Show by Rock. Hashtag or pound sign. I don't really know. It's like 2 exclamation points and then a little pound sign. So interesting. And then Shinkansen, Henkai, Robo, Shinkalion, the animation, which is one of my favorite things that he's done. And then, like I said, he made he was like a storyboard director or something
on
and
Eureka 7 AO.
Which, as we know, once I finished that, I was like, yo, fuck, like literally everything about that show.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Never watch it. Please never, ever watch that. Don't support it. I was excited because I thought it might get good at the end. Guess what? It gets even worse. How could it get worse when it got good? It was like, oh man, we're getting hype. And then it was like, oh man, we're not getting hype. So we're talking about Sword Guy, the animation. Why don't you tell us what the story's about?
Okay, so there's a guy.
Sword Guy.
His name is Guy.
Yeah, his name is Guy. Gai.
But we don't learn about that. By the way, what were you calling the show before you found out it was Sword Guy?
Sword Guy?
That's what you calling it?
Yeah.
Oh,
because I know how to speak Japanese.
I was calling it Sword Gay.
Yeah. So was Kyle. Kyle was like, Sword Gay.
But not. I was
no.
I wasn't doing it as a joke. I was like, oh, just Sword Guy or whatever. Like
Guy.
Gay, you know?
No.
Anyways, it's not very clear what the show is called.
If it was called Sword Gay, it would be GEI. Get it straight.
Fuck you, do it. Does it look like I know Japanese?
Yes.
Oh, really?
You've got a shirt on that says the beats from the popular anime Doug.
Or the anime of the year. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to give you the basics of the show. So it's about a guy, it's about a world where there's weapons throughout history and the weapons are cursed. Most of them are swords, some of them are other things or whatever, but they're cursed by some sort of spirits or demons or whatever. It could be anything.
It pretty much tells us a story about one, and there was like this whole war thing going on, and like it was terrible shit was happening, and all these people got together and they started praying to God, and they were like, God, please help us. We need help in this war. Guess what? God didn't show up. So what they do, they start sacrificing animals, and they're like, hey, demons, come and help us. And the demon's like, oh, fuck yeah, I'm into this.
Yeah, okay.
Possess the sword.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, so
that's the whole plot.
Okay, so anyways, there's a sword, right? There's demons in them. Humans who will come across these swords, and the swords will possess the humans, and they will no longer be humans. They become these other things. I forget what they're called.
Bosugo?
No. They're called like, it almost sounds like a proxy thing, or like
Chrysalis?
No, Chrysalis is when you haven't completely turned into one.
Yes, I'm pretty sure they're called like Bosco.
I think it does start with a B or whatever.
Yeah, I'll look it up.
Like, anyways,
Basilisks. Battle goes.
Anyways, so what it is like, so if you're a weak person and you have hate in your heart, or you just want, if you're just a bad person, the sword possesses you and you turn into these 3D animated, like armored mech kind of things. You kind of look like a shitty Power Ranger essentially. And you just kind of find others. These things find other swords and fight them, and just because they want to. They also kill humans just because they want to. But there's also like an underground organization that collects people who have acquired these swords but haven't completely become possessed by them and turned into these evil monsters. And they're called Chrysalists because they're like in the between phase. And what they do is they fight the monsters or whatever and kill them, and also collect these swords, and put them away and tuck them away so they don't hurt anybody. But they also do this thing called like deep sleep, where they get put like on ice, where they don't dream but they don't age or whatever. And they're put here because they're promised that the people that they're working for is also working towards a cure to help them like no longer turn into these monsters, because they're all they're all doomed to one day turn into these evil monsters.
True.
So that's like the basic rundown of what the show is. In the first episode, it was really unclear who our main character was, because it's just like there's a lot of jumping around with the show, and we see like they're doing this thing to appease this sword. They're like doing a ritual and like putting blood on it. And then someone like looks at the sword, gets possessed, and starts killing people. And the sword just says like kill people, so he starts killing people. And then he gets killed by some chick who is pregnant. Yeah, and she starts killing people too. And then she kills herself, has a baby while she's hanging herself or whatever. Right. And then the baby gets attached to the sword, and that's our main character guy. And when he's born, he's clutching this sword or whatever. And it's just like he has this weird connection with this evil sword. Yeah. So. Yeah, and it wasn't very clear, like I said in the very beginning, what was going on.
Because it was the very end of the first episode where we're like, oh, that's our main character.
That's the main character.
Baby.
Finally.
Got it.
And so then we get a huge flash forward, and, he's an adult. I mean, he's a teenager now or whatever. In his late teens, and he works with the fucking swordsmith or whatever, and it just, that's all you really need to know. Here's the thing. Here are the issues with this show. It's just, it's really convoluted, right? Yep. Like it's also not really thought out very well. No. There's also a lot of characters who get introduced who essentially don't matter,
I don't think anyone mattered.
I mean, there's obviously a main character, or a guy named Guy, right? Yeah. But even though he's our main character, he's also kind of like not even really there. No. There's episodes where like they completely leave him, and they're like, there's other stuff going on, and they're like, oh, by the way, remember Guy's over here. And they do a great job of making us not like him at all, because he is just a fucking brooding bitch, Yeah,
literally no reason to enjoy him.
Yeah, no, he's a brooding bitch for the most time, for a long time. He almost seems like a psychopath. He's just like, I want this sword, and he's just like, he presents his mother, and the sword is obviously doing shit to him, makes him want to kill stuff. He finally gets the sword, and he's mad about it. He loses an arm. He gets the sword turned into a prosthetic arm, and so now he's really fucked up. And then he gets all beast mode, and then he regresses to a child, right? Yeah. And then you're like, oh, you kind of feel for the guy, because like, oh, he's not who he is anymore.
Yeah, he was pretty much locked into that. They like tried to make that all make sense. They're like, oh, because he had the sword when he was a baby, and he touched that, and then it like overcame all of his personality. Then it turns out that he regresses back to that because that's when he first met the sword. Yeah. Whatever, who cares? It was dumb.
And then he fights again, and then he gets all his memories back, and then he's just like, cool, I'm back to being a brooding bitch, but now I'm gonna be a good guy. I'm gonna join this organization and whatever. And whatever, fuck this guy, like there's
this guy sucks.
This guy does suck.
There are a lot of characters that lack all personality. Mm-hmm. Who are the ones that stood out to you most?
Okay, so they had this one character who has like a sword that shoots lightning. They try to make him important because he becomes like the mentor of this other guy who becomes a chrysalis. Yeah. Who's this paralyzed dude. He's got a romantic involvement with one of his colleagues or whatever.
Yeah, who works at this special sword zone.
He's essentially like a nurse where he works. Yeah. Anyways, he gets possessed by a second weapon. He has one holy weapon, one like lightning weapon, and then another weapon like a halberd gets infused in him, and then he gets sick. And so then they decide, oh, by the way, we can't save you. But they don't tell him that. They're like, hey, don't worry, we're going to send you to deep sleep. And then they kill him instead.
Yeah, pretty
and
fucked
I was just
up.
like, oh, that's pretty fucked up. For a moment, I was like, you know what? That's kind of cool. Because then the camera pans out and we see who pushed the button to kill him.
Yeah.
And it was like his love interest.
Yeah.
And then we see the love interest's face gets like 3D printed on and like she becomes a different person. And it's just like, cool. She's not really a person. She's just like a tool for these people to make people fall in love with and manipulate them. And it makes you think, oh, so this organization that is supposed to be doing good things is also a bad guy. Cool. Yeah. All right, good to know.
And also, it became pretty clear early on, like, all these characters that are Chrysalis are about to turn into Busoma. That's what it was.
They're reminding me of personas. Like from that's what I was like. I was like, why does it sound so from like Busoma? Like personas.
So they're about to turn into like Busoma, but then they see their love interest or remember them or some shit, and they revert back. So I'm like, okay, so you got a whole bunch of Hulks running around. And that's just a fucking
widows,
show.
Yeah. You need a bunch of Black Widows, yeah.
But like they lack like they don't have any personality in comparison to Black Widow and the Hulk.
Yeah.
Which already, they don't need much, but
There's also like another talk about the character with like the long flowing gold hair.
Yeah,
with the
so
rings.
this motherfucker, he's got a chakram in him, which is a ring weapon. And he gets to throw these gold circlets of light energy.
Super Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. Essentially, he looks like he's from the 80s.
He doesn't wear a shirt.
No, he's like from the 80s in like a music video, essentially. Which probably the most anime dude in this show.
Okay,
let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
He's just a fucking cocky asshole, and he's like, all right, guy, I'm gonna help you out, and I see that you need some help, so you're gonna join me on this business, so let's go. And then he goes to this house, and he's like, all right, guy, now that we've been hanging out for literally 5 minutes, get the fuck out of here. I need to do some. Like, excuse you, mister. Yeah. Also, pretty much all dialogue that was supposed to be important or drive the plot in some way was just so like, I can't do this because of this. And it was just like, I know.
Dialogue was really poorly written.
It was just so in your face.
Anyways, he makes Guy hit the bricks because he wants to reconnect with his love.
Yeah,
and
his
she's
old
like,
love.
She's an old lady now. And it's kind of gross.
It's kind of, it's kind of sad.
It is sad, but it's kind of gross because I guess it's sad. I don't know. It's gross.
The idea of it's kind of sad where she sees him and she's just like, oh, hey, what's going on? Okay, she thinks it's a hallucination and she's just like, oh,
because she's super old now.
Yeah, exactly.
The reason I think it's gross is because when he's like, get out of here, sword guy, whatever.
Kid.
He's like, I got stuff to do. It's like, it's time for, you and I as lovers to, rekindle or whatever. And I was just like, he was going to fuck this old lady?
Yeah, but that old lady's like the love of his life. But she just happens to be old, man. You don't understand. You don't get it. You know what? When you go through cryogenesis for a while and then you wake up like 40 years from now, you're still going to want to kiss me.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah.
I can't lie.
You should look like, why do I even fucking say? Of course, I can't say no. I'll make
kiss
him
you
right
now, you son of a bitch. Anyways, so this guy, and this is an attempt, like a really big attempt to try to introduce the character with some sort of plot that makes you care about him, and guess what? Doesn't work.
Didn't fucking work.
Don't care about this guy.
It was fucking dumb. He comes in, he does a bunch of dumb shit, and he's like, fuck off, little dumbo. And then he goes and does a bunch more dumb shit, and it turns out that his rekindling with his lost love or whatever, turns out none of that fucking matters. It literally no substance, no reason for that in the plot. They don't bring it up again later. Yeah. They're just like, let's just like give him some personality. And guess what? They tried that with the crippled kid, which was my favorite character because he was the most interesting for like 2 seconds to me, where, he's a kid who's crippled, and the reason he's crippled is because his family was in some kind of an accident. It was a car accident or something. Boating. All right, that works.
Just because it's like a rich guy, and that's, the only context is that he was on a boat at some point. It's just like,
yeah, I guess that's true. So some kind of an accident happens. His whole family's dead, but we don't know that until after we meet his family,
who are actors.
They're all hired.
That was super fun. I was like, whoa, this is creepy.
Yeah, it's fucked up. And I was like, well, that's sad, and that kind of sucks. And he's like, you'll all get your pay for the day. Just go home. I'm done with you. And I was like,
hit the bricks, fake family, he says.
I'm like, what the fuck was all that shit? But I thought that was kind of interesting. And then he's just overcome with all this like contempt and all this frustration. And that's why the sword like speaks out to him. Yeah. Also, I don't really know why he knew about the swords in the first place, but like
so rich people
whatever.
Do.
He's rich and he bought it on an auction.
Yeah.
And
no, he
whatever.
didn't buy it on an auction. Somebody else bought it on auction. He stole it.
Yeah. My apologies. Yeah, he tried to buy it at an auction.
Yeah, he tried.
But he couldn't. He just lost.
What's super dumb is too is that like now he's healed by the sword and for some reason he can walk again. And he goes to go kill his best friend and his ex-girlfriend who are now getting married.
So fucking dumb. But then again, the sword's filled with hate and all that.
Yeah,
whatever.
And then the guy, one of the chrysalists, the first guy we talked about, stops him, and then he's just like, "Hey, man, don't do that. Join my team." And he's just like, "Okay, got nothing else to do." And I was like, "Oh."
Yeah, so there goes all the character development that like they actually worked pretty hard on.
Yeah, and then they make him a total bitch. He's just like, he's like, okay, it's time to fight stuff. And he's just like, oh god, I don't want to be in this vent. It's all dirty. He's like,
I'm just gonna do nothing.
Yeah. So here's some other things. Also, they introduced other cursed weapons, throughout the series. Yeah. Who were kind of mildly interesting. Like I liked my favorite cursed weapon that was introduced was one of a hammer. The story was, there's just some sort of battling arena gauntlet kind of thing, and the people who would win the arena always seem to have weapons crafted by a specific blacksmith, right? And so then one champion went to the blacksmith like, hey dude, you're this guy what makes all those weapons. He's like, yeah, cool. He's like, I won with your sword. He's like, oh thanks man, appreciate it. Boom, killed him, murdered him, cold blood.
Holy shit.
And so then because he doesn't want anybody else to win with his weapons, which makes sense. And so then the son of this blacksmith or whatever gets the hammer that his dad worked with. It's like, hey, I've made all those swords. Fucking wield me, dog. You'll be unstoppable. And he does. And he goes to the arena, fucking murderizes everybody.
Oh, holy shit.
But then the king poisons him. And so then, like, I don't know, the fucking sword gets stolen. I mean, the hammer gets stolen, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, that story, I was like, oh, that's super fun. I kind of like that.
Yeah. Because it shows that there's a lot of history in the sword, and not just like we sacrificed, and for some reason the sword got all evil.
Those were the only moments I kind of like when like they're just like, oh, we kind of find out why the sword is cursed. Like there's another one where like it's some Viking uses his ribs to kill like a snow fairy, and the weapon now becomes like the severed rib. I'm like, oh, cool.
That's really fucking rad. But guess what? None of that even matters in the actual plot. Yeah, God damn it, I wish it did.
Yeah, and because like they're doing all this other cool stuff. But they don't pay attention to it because then like this fat lady on a boat who ends up like getting thrown overboard and she ends up acquiring the hammer. I was like, in my head I was like, that's fucking dope. Because you know what? I thought the meek kid was gonna get the hammer. Yeah. And I was like, oh no, joke's on you. The big old bitch is gonna get the hammer. I was like, oh man, I want to see this bitch get down, Yeah. And then she ends up like being at the chair to get her haircut from this guy who has acquired the rib, weapon or whatever. And he's just like, and they can both tell that they're both wielders of these cursed things. And so it looks like they're about to throw down. Guess what? We don't see that fight. Such bullshit.
Yeah, the two coolest weapons. We don't even get to see what happens.
Right? Anyways.
But maybe we will in
maybe we will. When we watch part 2, it's going to be so shitty. Outro really sucked for this.
Oh my god, because it's like a bunch of shit that doesn't matter, and it's like a really, really generic, boring ass like. Well, not even like the end song or whatever. Just like the whole show is generic, it's boring, and then it's like exciting in some ways. But then they just completely changed tone at the end by being like kind of eerie and creepy and really like minimalistic with the soundtrack, which was a bad choice. Yeah, because this is not the show where it's like supposed to be like, oh, spooky stories. It's supposed to be like, oh man, we're getting hype about these fights,
dope fights. And guess what? We don't get dope fights.
No, there wasn't a single fight where I was like, cool,
dude. The fights were like, whenever it was a fight, I was like, oh, I slash you for a bit, you'll slash me for a bit. All right, and then sword guy shows up and impales you through the body, and that's kind of it.
It was like cool. People get impaled, people get like, I don't even know what to call it, but they get like chunked in the shoulder, and that's like
chunked in the shoulder. Yeah, but they get thored in the shoulder. Yeah, there you go. No, Thor's throw fucking Thanos' them or whatever. Yep. Should have aimed for my head. Here's another one that really threw me for a loop. There's this character who's a girl who's very seductively drawn, and I would like to argue. I feel like a lot of the budget went to making sure she looked hot because everything else around her looked super shitty, but she was drawn really well.
She always had an ass in everything she wore.
Anyways, so I guess what her job is she sharpens weapons or whatever. Yeah, and she's obsessed. She's obsessed with blades, and she's just like, oh my god, the hottest part of anything is like how sharp a weapon is, because the sharper the weapon is, the more it kills, the sharper it needs to get, and she's a sharpener or whatever. And so then she gets she comes across a weapon that is I don't know if you knew this. Sure. Okay. But apparently when swordsmen make swords, they make 2 copies. and they'll only sign the one that's the superior one. So they'll be like, oh, 2 goes, this one's better, this is the official one, the other one's just kind of thrown away.
Yeah.
Sword guy, the weapon that he has is one of the throwaway weapons. Is a weapon that was...
Oh, man, so there's a better him.
Yeah, that was apparently forged by some dragon dude, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
I do.
The fact that there's so much lore in this show is amazing. Because
none of it fucking matters.
Because the lore's not bad. It's just like, why tell us the lore and then not do anything with it?
Ah, man.
Anyways, so that's sword guy's weapon. There's the basic bitch, the throwaway sword. But the original sword, the one that was actually the good sword, comes across this chick. The sharpener's like, oh, she got to sharpen it. And since she knows about these weapons, she knows it's cursed.
Yeah.
And she's like, get out of here. This sword's going to make me kill you. So she sharpened it. She's getting all sexy sharpening it. She cuts herself, puts blood on it. She's like, oh, I need more blood or whatever.
Yeah.
And then she passes out and she's like in the room, like bandaged up, laying down. They're like, oh man, that sharpening, she sharpened all night. Gave it to her good. She's like, ouch. Well, I don't know if she'll ever recover. And that's it. We never see her again. Why?
Part 2.
Look, man.
This fucking show.
If there's a part 2, I will watch the part 2 just to see.
We're watching it
just to see the hammer fight. Here's the thing: the show is super forgettable.
It's probably the most forgettable show I've ever seen.
It's not hard to watch, but it's not good. So it's like, yeah, you can watch it. You're just not gonna have a good time, but there's no substance to it.
No, essentially, I said this earlier off mic, but we were talking about it, and it's the most forgettable thing that I've ever seen. And I think the most important thing about this is that it wasn't hard to watch. Mm-hmm. I did not have a hard time at all.
It wasn't
but
a chore to watch.
Care about it whatsoever. It felt like something that you put on in the background.
Yeah,
it just felt like daytime television where you're just like, whatever. I mean, like, I'm okay with watching King of Queens right now. Like, I don't care. Just like, everybody leaves Raymond. Why not? Let's go.
The King of Queens is the quintessential, like, daytime television. You're like, oh, fucking okay. I guess I'll watch.
There's a lot of shit. There used to be a lot of like Wayans Bros sitcoms and Tyler Perry sitcoms and stuff. I don't remember the names of them, but I used to watch them all the fucking time.
Well, the Wayans Bros sitcoms was called The Wayans, I think.
Sure.
And then the Tyler Perry one was called Meet the Browns.
Okay, well, there was like multiple from each of them.
Meet the Browns, it was just, and one was called...
There was one where there was just like a dad, and he was just being a dad.
Did you know that they made a sitcom of Are We There Yet? The Ice Cube movie?
Really?
Yeah, and but the Ice Cube wasn't... Ice Cube's character was recasted to be Terry Crews.
Oh,
and then
that's interesting.
Ice Cream would show up every now and then, but he was the wacky uncle or whatever. It was a bad show. Anyways,
interesting.
Here's the thing: Sword Guy, not good.
Out of 10.
Out of 10. One more, whatever Aiko was, because it's better than Aiko. I'll tell you that right now. Because Aiko's the worst thing I've ever seen.
Aiko had more potential than this show had. I thought.
Yeah, but this show wasn't trying to be anything.
No, I'm not. Hey, I'm not defending it.
Put your dukes up.
Oh shit, man! But no, I'm not defending Aiko in any way. I'm just saying it had more potential than this show, and it fucking let us down pretty bad. Yeah. It was like, whoa, they got a cool world going on.
Whoa.
I want to see more about this.
You could be cool. Oh, you're not cool at all.
No, it turns out that it's just the same thing for like 8 episodes.
And then a frog creature with a long neck. And look, man, I don't know what number it is. I'm just going to say whatever Aiko was, one more higher than that. Okay?
I'll give it a half more.
Cool, half more than Aiko. But there are cool things in the show that I did like. Like I said, like some of the lore was pretty cool in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, if they presented it in a more interesting way, too.
It was just kind of. I mean, because the dialogue was shit. It was essentially just like, back in the day, there was this one thing, and here's the thing, and blah blah blah. There's a random story. Catch you later.
Pretty much, it's how you and I just described it, because we're not trying to be like, oh man, like all this stuff happened, and it's very interesting, and here are some specific details, and look at this scene. It was more so just like, yeah, there was a Viking and he took his rib out and like
he stabbed a fairy. It was dope.
Isn't that rad? That's the lore told. And so we had more fun with it. This was just like very factual, just like Viking took rib out, stabbed fairy, good, now bad weapon.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, okay.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like we didn't even talk about like the fucking...
who the fuck was the gray-haired guy shows up and then he's super important?
Yeah.
You know?
Because at the very end, the gray-haired guy is he's the guy that owns the other sword that the sword guy has. Like,
but he just fucking shows up.
Yeah, but he doesn't have like a he never and he'll wake up and be like, oh man, I don't know what the sword's called.
Yeah,
sword ski. It's like, oh man, sword ski sure is sure. The sword he has is like in a white box and it's wrapped in chain. He goes like, sword ski sure was making a lot of noise last night. Sure was hounding for some blood, but I didn't give it to him because that's the kind of guy I am or whatever.
And you're like, who the fuck are you talking to?
He's talking to his butler or whatever. He's a rich kid. He's an he's a what's the word? The ones that give money.
He's a philanthropist.
Full-on rapist. Yeah,
yeah, that's the one. But no, he felt like,
is that what they're called?
Philanthropist.
Yeah, he's a philanthropist. Anyway, so he's like the best guy ever. He's super nice.
He felt like just, hey, you remember that blonde guy we had before? Yeah. What about him? Oh, let's just make him again. Yeah. But like a little bit different.
And
like,
rich
what do you mean?
And nice.
He just gives his money away instead of buys a family.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay, cool. So the same. All right, cool.
But yeah, and so obviously he must be like the other half of Sword Guy's, stuff, but we don't know anything about him because the way this spoilers, by the way, here you go. We're gonna spoil this.
Oh no.
The way Sword Guy ends is
it's probably one of the best endings to anything I've seen.
Guy and blonde, long rock and roll guy homie are fighting the big bad from the very first episode, who apparently is the father of one of the persons who's in charge of the place where they heal these crystals.
Oh no, anyways. Busoma, we gotta kill it.
Yeah, so they're like, we gotta fight this Busoma. They're doing okay. And then bigger Busoma, Reaper Busoma shows up, who we've only seen like one other time, but we didn't know he was the big bad. He was kind of talking in the shadows.
Yeah,
and then he goes like, hey, fuck you guys, try to Busoma this bitch. They fight. Sword Guy goes full Busoma. He kills Hair Dude, right? The blonde haired guy.
Yeah, and Hair Dude's like, yeah, we had a good run, kid.
Hair Dude's like,
peace.
Yeah, Hair Dude's like, known you for all of 2 days, but we are homies till I die.
He seemed like,
which is like 2 seconds later.
He seems so okay with being like, you know what? Yeah. If somebody was gonna kill me, I'm glad it's you.
Yeah. So
what?
So he dies and then turns into a Busoma right then and there. A really dope looking, angelic looking Busoma.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh fuck, shit's about to pop off.
By the way, Busoma, we haven't really described it. They just look like robot dudes.
They do like robot dudes.
Whatever.
Like I said, it's like shitty Power Rangers.
Yeah.
They morph and it's just like, oh, it's morph and they're 3D animated now. So he turned into a Busoma and then it goes. Cuts to black. Credits. That was it. That's how it ended.
Dude, how you feel about that shit, though?
I feel robbed. I know. I fucking feel robbed.
Like, it wasn't even like, oh no, what's going to happen next? It was nothing. It was just like,
that's
it. And he's a Busoma. See you next episode, Sword Guy. Whoa, okay.
Next time on Sword Guy. No, so apparently there's going to be a part 2 because I just can't imagine them leaving like that.
Yeah.
Bad show. Whatever.
So
that's it. We're going to talk about something we actually want to talk about.
So since sorry, I'm just yawning because I'm so bored of talking about that stupid goddamn show.
It sounded horrible.
So we're going to talk about all the new anime that's going to be coming out this summer. So we're talking about the summer anime. Got our lists here. There's a lot.
We're going to fucking roll through this bitch. Let's go.
So if you don't want to listen, whatever.
See you next week.
So Agu Tensei Ningyo. Essentially, there's just a girl who dances, and she has a friend who dances too, but she's super smart. And then main girl has some like emotional problems because of this. And then she finds out, oh shit, it turns out that there's a little secret thing that her friend has, a little dude who makes her become amazing.
For sure. It's done by Studio Dean. It's based off a manga, and it comes out in July.
Yep. And now Angel Moise, Genku Kasenki. It's based off of a manga. It comes out in July as well. And essentially, it's just a history adventure show happening to take place in the Mongol invasion of 1274.
Oh, I'm really familiar with the Mongol invasion of 1274. Are you?
I'm just as familiar as I would be with anything that happened in Mulan.
Nice. And it's done by Studio Naz, which I've never heard of.
No, pretty interesting. So I'm excited about. I like historical shit. I don't know how you feel about that, but like it could be rad if they do it well.
That's okay.
Next up, Asobi Asobase, or Asobase. I don't know, whatever. Fucking.
You said you spoke Japanese.
I don't speak anything. So this is based off a manga coming out in July, and it's essentially just like a gag manga that it's based off of. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be like a slice of life comedy drama, probably. It doesn't say slice of life, but I just have a feeling.
Yeah, it's done by Lurch.
Which they've done some good shit. they've done some not so good shit, but if they're gonna make it anything like they made a bunch of sad girls fighting each other to the death.
Yeah, here we go. So next up, we're doing Backstreet Girls, done by JC Staff. We've been talking about this for a fucking minute.
Well, guess what? 4th of July, we getting nuts.
Oh my god, I'm so dope. So it's based off a manga, and we've talked about it's about a group of Yakuza guys who get made or whatever, and they're like, hey, you guys got to go to South Korea and get fucking plastic surgery and become idols, and they do, and it looks fucking hilarious.
I'm excited about that.
I'm kind of bummed they don't tell us exactly how many episodes it is, because you know what they could be? It could be 12 episodes, and they could be 3 minutes a pop.
It's true.
That would really worry me.
We'll find out. It should be a fun time. I guess it's going to be like kind of etchy. Yeah. So.
Etchy sketchy no touchy.
Etchy sketchy no touchy.
Next up, Banana Fish.
Banana Fish. Now this is an anime that does not sound like what it is. It seems to be a pretty serious kind of like drama about. There's like some sex slave stuff going on. There's like killer things happening. There's some guys that are trying to stop it.
Yeah, and that's comes out. That's done by Mappa, right? 24 episodes. They let us know up front.
Yeah, that's coming out July 6th. I'm pretty excited about it. Honestly, the visuals look like they're going to be refreshing. Looks a little bit more realistic.
Action, adventure, drama. They got it all.
Yeah, hell yeah. I feel like it's going to be similar to 91 Days.
Oh, yeah. That's what the cover gives me vibes, you know?
Yeah, at least I'm hoping. We're going to talk about Chiyo-chan no Sugakuro. It's made by Dao Medea. It's based off of a manga, and it's going to be a slice of life comedy show. Essentially, it is a school show, and there's some wacky stuff, biker gangs, just follows a girl. Who cares?
All the good stuff.
It's going to be rad, maybe.
Next up.
Chukon Konriroku Tonegawa, made by Madhouse, based off of a manga. It's a spin-off of Kaiji.
Who?
Kaiji's the one about gambling that you like, right?
Yeah, no, the art's really similar. Apparently it's a drama and psychological, which makes sense for it to be a kind of a Kaiji thing.
Hell yeah. And September 7th, we're going to get Fulikuli Alternative, which I'm excited about, being made by Production IG, once again. 6 episodes long.
Whoa. Did we know that?
What?
Did you know it was only 6 episodes?
Yeah, Fulikuli, the first season of it was only 6 episodes. So for this next season, they're just sticking to the 6, and then for the third, they're going to stick to 6.
Wow, I did not know that. It makes more sense now for them why they can drop 2 different seasons.
Yeah.
Interesting. Cool. Good to know.
Pretty cool. Those of you that are a fan of Free, guess what? Free Dive to the Future is coming out, made by Kyoto Animation, Kyoani in the house. And there's not a whole lot to say about that, but it's coming out in July.
It's about swimming dudes. Whatever.
Yeah, they pretty as fuck. Grand Blue is coming out, made by Zero G. It's a ecchi slice of life comedy anime. So those of you that are into that, watch it. There's some boating stuff that happens. That's where the blue comes from. Turns out that there are chicks and alcohol and college. So There you go. I'll let you talk about this next one because I think it's going to be your favorite of the season.
Can you pronounce it for me?
Yeah, I can. We're going to talk about Hanebado.
It's done by Leiden Films. It comes out in July. It's a manga. It's a sports anime. Who gives a fuck, right? We've had a billion of these. No, we fucking haven't. Guess what?
What?
It's a badminton anime.
Badminton.
Let's do it. They're going to be hitting the shuttlecock.
Hell yes.
Or for the layman, the birdie.
But let me tell you, looks like they got some emphasis on some boppers in this picture.
I like that you call boobs boppers.
You call them whatever you want. My
Big
favorite
boppers.
Boppers. We call penis peepus. Which is pretty fun.
Call them that.
Well, okay, so I do amongst my group of friends, the Hard Boys, and
makes you so mad I'm not a part of the Hard Boys. It's such a better name.
Honorary Hard Boy in the house. But I don't remember what it was. We were talking about Peepus, and then somebody asked a question, and I responded, Maybeepus, which fucking, oh man, keeled over. Everyone was having a good time.
Anyways.
So now I just have fun turning things into Epus. It's extra fun.
This anime is, like I said, anime about badminton, and we saw some cover art. No, not cover art. Some like promotional art, right? And then some character stuff.
It's got a bunch of characters.
It looks like it's almost fully a girl cast.
I think it's and
they're obviously like wearing tight athletic clothes, and so there are boobs. And but it's funny. It
doesn't say it's ecchi.
Yeah, it doesn't say it's ecchi. So it might not be as sexy as some people were hoping for. Kyle.
Oh shit! Called out, Kyle.
You sexy bastard, Kyle.
All right, let's talk about a different kind of thing. Happy Sugar Life, which based off of that name, wouldn't watch it. But then based off of the what are they?
The
genres, yeah. Drama, horror, mystery, psychological. Oh shit, what's gonna happen? Oh well, it turns out that this high schooler, apparently they're real easy, but instead of having some sex, she meets a kid. And then she feels love for the first time. What's going on, you guys? I feel worse about this. But then it turns out that this super innocent little kid just wants to commit murder.
Nice. Can you talk about the next one? Just say the name and I'll talk about it.
All right. Hirokana Receive.
Yeah, so this is the next one that's done by a studio called C2C. Ever heard of them?
Nope.
They done a little thing called Naruto. No, they haven't.
I was like, Studio Pierrot changed their name when?
Anyways, so yeah, it comes out in July. It's a manga. It's based off of manga. It's a sports anime. But guess what?
Yeah. What?
It's not just a sports anime. It's an ecchi sports anime.
Oh, finally!
Guess what sport?
What?
Beach volleyball. Kyle. So yeah, so we get sexy badminton, and then we get super sexy beach volleyball.
All right, why don't we talk about the next show? Hataraku Saibo. Can you pronounce the studio for me?
Yeah, this is really hard. David Productions.
Yeah, yep, David Production. So this is just a comedy. I don't really know what it's about, but it talks a lot about like the body and shit and like sickness. So I think it's
this might be the anime I've been dying to see.
I think it's Osmosis Jones, the anime.
No. Haven't we talked about this? Like, it's about like red blood cells and white blood cells, whatever, and like they're fighting off viruses. I think the name. I'm gonna look up that name and then on the internets, and it's gonna have like a cool name. It's not gonna have this stupid Japanese name. It's gonna have like the time my pancreas did something or whatever.
July 8th is when this comes out. Hatarakus.
Oh, here it is. Yeah. This one's... no, I'm sorry. Keep going.
Okay, cool. So High Score Girl. I don't know how I feel about this, but I've seen some promotional art and I'm kind of into it. It's made by JC Staff. It's based off of a manga. It comes out in July. It's 1991, which is the year I was born. So it's a little bit close to home, but then it's about a sixth grader. So I'm like, ugh, not even worth it. But it turns out that this dude only has like video games that he's into. And then for some reason it talks about his looks. But then he meets a girl who is a fellow classmate. She's rich and she fucking crushes him in Street Fighter 2. And yeah, it's about like arcades and stuff. It sounds fun. Hey baby, what's up?
Hey. So this thing it's called Cells at Work. And it's about like just like the human body and like it is like Osmosis Jones, like that's a white blood cell, he's red blood cell.
Yeah.
They carry oxygen around. I am super stoked for this because I've been waiting for this to be an anime forever now.
Damn,
like,
I didn't even know this was.
I didn't know it was coming out, and I also didn't know it was called that. So I was like, but as soon as you were reading it, I was like, oh, is this it?
Osmosis Jones, the comedy anime that's coming out on July 8th.
I used to love Osmosis Jones, so I'm down.
Dude, I figured you would. You're all about that Osmos. Okay, I'm gonna have a hard time with this. Hyakuren no Hao to Sayaku no Valkyria. This is made by EMT Squared. It's based off of a light novel. It comes out July 8th, and it's a fantasy show. It definitely looks like a harem about some guy who uses his phone to take a picture of himself in front of a shrine, and then he goes into another world. And guess what? He's going to use his knowledge of random shit from a solar-powered smartphone he has to be magical.
Well, yeah, that happens all the time. How many times have you been like, oh, fuck, my phone's dead? Like, it's cool. It's a solar-powered smartphone all the time.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of that? Have you ever heard of a solar-powered phone?
Definitely not. But why don't we have them?
I think there's...
probably because it like overheats or something.
Probably dangerous, yeah.
Probably very dangerous.
Probably blow up in your fucking pocket.
God, I hope so. I'm ready. Oh. So I don't know how I feel about that. Actually, I do. Not good. Isekai Mao to Shokan Shojo no Direi Majutsu.
Comedy, fantasy, based off a light novel. Comes out in July. It's about some MMORPG stuff. Who gives a fuck? Let's keep going.
Comedy, fantasy. We'll have fun with it.
No, we won't.
Yeah, we will.
No, we won't. Next up.
Island. It's made by Feel. It's based off a visual novel. And it's just talking about how there's a lone man who washes ashore and he hangs out with the island girls but it seems a little bit suspicious. So who fucking knows if it's actually sexy or scary? Let's talk about
scary.
Oh, sexy scary. Hell yeah. Shin-chan Dropkick, made by Nomad. It comes out July 10th. Now, this is a show about a gothic Lolita girl who summons a demon girl with the tail of a cobra. And man, there sure is some slapstick comedy. The end. That's essentially the description.
Okay, keep going.
You having a good time with it?
No, that sounds horrible.
I think it's going to be your anime of the year.
No, trash. I want to watch the Cells at Work.
You can watch that, but you're actually going to be watching this whole Dropkick show.
In a month, in a little over a month, I'll be watching Cells at Work, and it's going to be super dope. Go fuck yourself.
Kyoto Teramachi Sanjo no Holmes. So this is like a Sherlock Holmes type show. It's for whatever reason it has like manga, original light novel, visual novel, but this is other, so it's some other kind of media, whatever the fuck that means. Yeah, it's like a Kyoto Sherlock Holmes, but in high school, I believe.
Yeah.
So tight.
Nice.
Lord of Vermilion, made by Osreed. That's a kind of cool game. It's It's based off of a game. And there's a dude with like a crazy looking crimson blood claw. Someone say it's a vermilion blood claw. Who knows? And it looks like there's going to be some whack shit going down in Tokyo. So, anime shit. Marvel Future Avengers second season, made by Madhouse. Guess what? It's the sequel to Marvel Future Avengers. It comes out in July. Who's excited about that?
People really like that. It's like kids turn into these Marvel heroes in Japan.
Yeah.
It's like Digimon.
Yeah.
With Marvel.
Yeah.
In Japan.
People will be into that.
Done by Madhouse. Madhouse.
Muyo Tsuroji no Mahiritsu Sodan Jimosu, made by Studio Dean. This is an action comedy mystery supernatural manga.
Whoa, fucking come on, calm down.
And essentially there's a dude who I guess exorcises evil spirits, I think. Mob Psycho ripoff. That's what I just read.
Yeah.
That's going to be totally different. So who knows? It might be a lot of fun. Ongaku Shoujo TV, made by Studio Dean. It looks like it's just a bunch of cute girls doing cute shit, and it's a music show. So you got your idol show coming up. Overlord Season 3, made by Madhouse, coming out. It's the third season of Overlord, the fantasy show, which is pretty fun. It's like a dark fantasy.
Yeah, I hope it gets better. I didn't like Season 2 all that much.
Season 2 had a lot of building up, so if Season 3 doesn't have much more build up and has a lot more action, a lot more fun stuff.
Season 3 better pop the fuck off.
Yeah, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Dude, I feel you.
Or someone's going to catch these hands.
Yeah, catch them. Catch them good.
Fucking right in the throat.
Phantom in the Twilight, made by Leiden Films. It's going to be a romance. It's an original story. It comes out in July. There's a cafe, and it turns out that it only opens at night. And there's a girl, and she goes there, and she meets some handsome men, and yeah.
Let me handle this next one. This next one looks tough, okay?
Okay.
Next one's called Planet With.
Uh-huh.
It's done by JC Staff.
Yeah.
July 8th.
Uh-huh.
It's an original. It's based off original stuff.
Yeah.
And it's mech sci-fi.
Whoa.
There's no information about it, but it kind of looks like Gurren Lagann.
I'm going to say it's exactly Gurren Lagann.
Cool.
Mostly because the dude's got some like goggles around his neck.
And the thing behind him looks like...
And it's like Gurren Lagann mech. So, just a little bit of that.
Whatever, who cares? It's been long enough. People don't know what Gurren Lagann is.
What?
Rehash it.
What is it?
Redo it.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, anime.
Oh, interesting. Fun. Satsuriko no Tenshi, made by JC Staff, based off of a video game. It comes out in July, and it's a horror thriller anime psychological show that we're going to watch. So, I mean, all those things are buzzwords to me, so I'm kind of into that. There's a 13-year-old girl, and she's trapped in the basement.
No, you got me. It's all I need, so we're good.
Anyways, there's a dude who's named Zach, and he has like
there's a dude?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm getting there.
Okay. And he has a Grim Reaper-like sickle.
Oh, sickles.
Hell yeah. So then they have a bond, and they try to figure out how to get out of this place that they're trapped in.
So it's like Soul Eater. Cool.
Fucking perfect. Senjushi, made by TMS Entertainment. It's based off of a video game. Comes out in July. From what I can tell in this picture, it's like some kind of a fantasy-ass like Civil War, but Japan's shit.
Sexy boys.
Turns out they're musketeers. Yeah, and they represent Empire and shit. I don't know. It looks like it's going to be kind of not for me in any way.
Next up,
Shichisei no Subaru, made by Lerch. It's based off of a light novel, and it comes out July 6th. It's an action, fantasy, sci-fi, and it's another MMORPG anime. So it's probably going to be some like, oh man, you can't die or whatever. It looks like it is. The end.
Nice.
Honestly, the picture looks like, who cares?
Who gives a fuck? It's gone.
A lot of these.
Let's keep going.
All right. Attack on Titan Season 3.
Boo! Boo! Attack on Titan Season, boo!
Wit Studio comes out July 23rd.
Boo! Wit Studio, boo! July 23rd.
So let's all have fun.
Yeah,
let's have a good ass time with that shit. We get your favorite show of the season.
Why would you say stuff like
Shinya Tensei Bakaban. It's made by Pyro Plus, which is like a better version of the Naruto studio. Yeah. So that's
like
pretty
they
rad.
just like, what should we name the studio? Let's just pick one of the most popular studios and a plus in at the end.
Hell yeah.
Fuck them.
And this looks like it's essentially going to be Naruto 2, based off of the picture that I see here.
It's like Boruto, but better.
Yeah, exactly. So it's going to be a comedy manga that it's based off of a family, and it looks wacky as shit. It comes out in July.
It's based off an idiotic boy and his father. Keep going.
Cool, I will. Shoujo Kageki, Revu Starlight. I don't really know if that's how you say it. Kinema Citrus, it's a music anime. Fucking cool. July 13th. Let's do it. It looked like a few girls. Let's just put it that way.
Oh, Trip, we really gotta go. My battery's getting low. Let's go.
Tsunoharasu no Kanrin-san, made by Silverlink. It's going to be a comedy slice of life show about some girls, but there's a dude who looks like a girl, and he's always treated like a girl. Who would have fucking guessed? Tenru Sirius the Jaeger. PA Works made this one. It's an original anime, and it looks fucking hardcore as shit. So it takes place in 1930, which is like spooky time with werewolves, vampires, all that shit. We into it. All right, I'm powering it out because Juan's doing some backup work. Tsukumogami Kashimasu, made by a telecom animation film, comes out in July. I don't really know what it's going to be about, but it looks funky. It looks like some dolls, some Daruma shit going on, and it's all set in the Edo period. Essentially, everyday items start to like flee, I guess.
Looks great. It's like God says, guys.
I don't know, whatever. Or maybe people are fleeing. I just read it really quick. Who cares? Yume Koku to Nemeru 100 ni no Oji-sama. It's based off of a video game. It's a series aimed at women with the theme of romance with the prince. Comes out July. Get excited, ladies.
Ooh, I'm wet.
Yuragi so yo Yuna-san. It's like Dash. San. It's made by Zebek, which we've talked about them before. I don't remember what they've done. Based off of a manga. This is a comedy, ecchi, romance, supernatural anime. You got some girl dressed up in a kimono. It looks like she's got some kind of like a spirit flame going on. And the dude in the background looks like a typical shonen man.
Cool, man. Here's the last one. All right, here we go.
Last one?
Yeah, well, below that it says leftovers, so things that are be continuing from last week.
right.
Okay, so here we go. So Zoid Wild, right?
Uh-huh.
It's done. Come out on July 7th. It's original. We don't know what it is. We don't know what genre it is. The only thing we know, it's done by Oriental Light and Magic. I feel like Light and Magic is a thing. Isn't that a thing here? Like a huge thing?
I mean, no.
Isn't that like a production company here called Light and Magic?
Not that I know of.
Anyways, this is the Asian version of
know.
it. It's the Oriental one.
I was going to talk about some TV shorts, but I guess it doesn't really matter too much. There's going to be like some little short things. One Room's coming back. Bang Dream Girls Band Party. People are into that shit. And it doesn't look like anything super important, but there's going to be a cool looking like little short anime called Yami Shibai 6 that we might check out. It looks spooky fun.
Yeah.
And movies are coming out this year. So we've got My Hero Academia, which is coming out on August 3rd. Dante ni Waru Gaiden 3, made by Wit Studio. It's going to be the last part in the trilogy. And K7 Stories, RB Blaze, made by Go Hands. We fucking love Go Hands, don't we?
I love Go Hands. Catch these hands.
They made handshakers.
That's the best thing in the world. That might be the worst anime ever, actually.
Hell yeah. Kimi no Suzuo Tabetai, made by Studio Voln. It's based off of a light novel. It's a drama. I want to eat your pancreas.
Oh, nice. The cancer one.
Yep. So I'm excited about that. September 1st is when that comes out. Mirai no Mirai, made by Studio Chizu. It comes out July 20th. No description there, but I actually like the artwork a lot, so I want to check that out. August 18th, we get the Seven Deadly Sins movie that we've all been waiting for. So that's some good shit. Natsume Yujincho movie is coming out, and that's the like spirit guy. It's comedy. It's kind of like a comedy slice of life.
One has like a bunch of seasons.
Yeah. So the movie's coming out September 29th. Non Biori Vacation, made by Silverlink, is going to come out August 25th. Those of you that don't know Non Biori, it's just a cute-ass show. Penguin Highway, made by Studio Colorido, is coming out in August. And essentially, there's a 10-year-old who's the narrator of the show, and he talks about penguins and stuff. So that's a lot of fun. This is something I'm actually pretty excited about. Pokemon the movie Mina no Monogatari is coming out. It's July 13th, and I'm stoked about it. This is, I believe, this is going to be the like second Pokemon I Choose You movie, where it has like alternative timeline type stuff going on, and it's just a better overall anime than the regular movies that they make for it. So I'm excited about that coming out. We got Shikiori made by Comics Wave, and it's an anthology film for 3 short stories. So I don't know much about that, but rad. Tamika Hyper Rescue Drive head Kido Kyukyu Kate Satsu movie is coming out. So those of you that are a fan of that mecha anime, get fucking hyped. And then Wake Okami wa Shigukasai movie is coming out. It's a slice of life movie. There are a bunch of OVAs for shit. There's some zombies. There's some like bodybuilding. There's
I was looking at the bodybuilding one because like after that's like OVAs, ONA, which I have no idea what ONA is, and then specials. It's this the Baki New Grappler Baki, which is like New Grappler Baki was like this old school manga or whatever.
Yeah,
about like I think it's wrestling.
It kind of looks like that, but it looks like he's lifting weights. I don't really know.
Yeah, I think I've seen some image for it. I think they're wrestling. The weird thing is that it's in this OVA ONA special category, but it says 26 episodes. Why wouldn't that just be in this series?
That's kind of interesting.
What else is there? There's also the
that show that you really like about that girl that teases the boy.
He's getting an OVA. Yeah, I saw that.
So that's exciting shit. Golden Kamui gets an OVA in September.
Yeah.
The one Karakai Jozu no Tadagi-san comes out in July 10th. Kakai Sensen and Beyond.
Sword Guy, the animation
4th.
part 2.
Oh, yeah.
2018.
2018 comes out this year.
The second part of Sword Guy.
There's already been an OVA announced for that one Spirit slice of life etsy romance anime made by Studio Zebek.
There's an OVA for Blood Battlecade Beyond also.
Hell yeah. And we get the Violet Evergarden special on July 4th, included with the Blu-ray disc.
Oh, man.
There's so much shit coming out, but not much am I excited about. So I'm really hoping that this next season here surprises me with a couple of things.
I'm excited for badminton anime. I'm excited for sexy volleyball anime. I'm excited for Cell Osmosis Joan anime.
Yeah.
And then I'm also excited for, wasn't The Promised Neverland coming out this year? Or is that next year?
It's coming out. I don't know when it's coming out specifically off the top of my head.
Might be the end of the year.
But it's either the end of the year or it's like next year. But I'm excited about Attack on Titan.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
Yeah, clearly. I'm excited about... You made me excited about it, actually. The Osmosis Jones comedy anime.
I have no idea what it's about. I just remember looking through some of the manga because like I wanted to read the manga, but it's not all like out there, you know?
Yeah.
And I just remember like there's this really cool cell guy, and he's like a white blood cell, and he just murders the shit out of this fucking virus thing. But there's also like just a white blood cell, and her job is just to carry oxygen. And she's just like walking with the box of oxygen. It just looks really good. I don't know what the vibes of it, but the art is really good in my opinion.
I mean, it's going to be a comedy, so
yeah, it should be fun.
It should be fun. I'm excited about Backstreet Girls.
Yeah, me too. Yeah,
who knows what that's going to be like? It might be like way too ecchi, but
it might not be ecchi enough.
Who knows? We'll find out. All these hot dudes turning into hot chicks. Oof, 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 oof. I think those are all the ones that I'm like actually interested in.
You don't want to see sexy badminton?
Listen, man,
They promised it wasn't ecchi. It's just sports.
I know that.
It's just sports.
I want to see it, but sports anime doesn't convince me.
Oh,
I have to know the characters before I enjoy it.
Oh, just like Haikyuu didn't convince you? Fucking hypocrite.
Haikyuu did once I learned the characters.
Hipocrita. That's what you are.
Shit, dude.
Yeah, it's the worst insult.
Damn.
It's hypocrite in Spanish, actually.
It hurts.
Yeah, it's pretty mean, huh?
Man, in another language, it's way worse.
On that asshole.
Yeah, so I don't know how I feel about next season of anime, but I'm excited about Sword Guy more than anything. Sword Guy Part 2.
I can't wait to see that big old bitch with the big old hammer. So, anyways, that's the show. I know there's a lot of stuff there. A little bit of it was about Sword Guy.
Yeah.
But honestly, God, that show's excellent.
Check out Fooly Cooly.
Yeah, check out Fooly Cooly. And then
check out Gun Gale Online.
Yeah, check out any other stuff we're watching.
Check out Hinamatsuri. This season, really good season for anime.
Yeah, check out the stuff next season. Just look into the future. Anyways, if you like our logo, hit up Aaron from TurboTops.com. If you like our theme song, hit up Tom Nasser. His name is Nasser, NASR. He's on SoundCloud. He's on YouTube. Hit him up.
Whoa.
Triple can find us.
People can find us on Facebook. You want to look up the Instant Ramen Podcast. That'll do the trick. Same thing goes for Instagram. The Instant Ramen Podcast. All you need is that. And then you want to tweet at us, tweet at Instant Ramen Pod.
Podcast Infit.
Shoot us an email. Tell us about how offended you are that we don't want to watch any of the shows next season, or how much you liked Sword Guy or whatever the fuck, or Aiko. I don't know. Just fucking
do you
Instant Ramen Podcast at gmail.com. That's pretty much all I got.
Cool. We don't know what we're doing next week. We'll figure it out. Anyways, bye from Juan.
See you around from Chris.
Hey, don't forget.
Just add hot water.